Fresh Radio Vibes. Fresh Radio Vibes, the most feared internet radio station on planet Earth. The resistant radio station. Fresh Radio Vibes. Fresh Radio Vibes. Fresh Radio Vibes, the most feared internet radio station on planet Earth. The resistant radio station. Fresh Radio Vibes.
They reach in Trenchtown?
Fresh Radio Vibes. Fresh Radio Vibes, the most feared internet radio station on planet Earth. The resistant radio station. Fresh Radio Vibes. Fresh Radio Vibes. Fresh Radio Vibes, the most feared.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
Fresh Radio Vibes, the most feared internet radio station on planet Earth.
This is King Alibaba, I represent the International Morning Right Show. You told you. Out, this is King Alibaba. To make one record, I represent for what you don't know. The International Morning Right Show.
The most feared internet radio station on planet Earth. The resistant radio station.
Famous and for those that currently representing for Gadites on the Morning Right International Show. Nobody nothing know, say you are in my touch. Nobody nothing know, say you are give it up. Nobody nothing know, say you go over him, yeah. Baby, you know him love me bad. Freedom to that.
Radio Vibes.
Going on to the internet, got to keep my radio locked. On my internet lock, whether it's on the telephone, whether it's on the iPhone, the berries of strawberries, whatever it is, keep it locked to the body station on the internet.
Gunman
Fresh
used
Radio
to chat the
Vibes. See?
biggest fear, but now Obama. Artists used to run the place, now a scammer. We used to set this jockey, but now a blind.
And the
Watch
International Morning Right
from
Show.
out of St. Jamaica, I represent with DJ Godite. Fresh Radio Vibes, 102.3 FM. Yeah, man, the International Morning Show.
You can't play that one time. You can't play that two times. Play it again. Play it again. Shoodly wally diddly.
To divide and rule is their own plan, their own plan. But I am no fool to let them overcome. 'Cause I am king in this jungle, city of so high and somber. I've seen so many fall, and they stumble along the way, hey, along the way, hey.
Well, Babylon heartbeat. I run every stoplight at every street. Better you stop dead on them cause a long time is seen. You this the Trinity, you are gonna fall from your feet. Oh, so parliament me know this your one you get your weak. The you them now for beg before they get to you.
In this jungle, city love so high and somber. I've seen so many fall, and they stumble.
Pull that over here.
Could you possibly
To divide and rule is their own plan, their own plan. But I am no fool to let them overcome. 'Cause I am king in this jungle, city of so high.
every street. Better you stop beg on them cause a long time me see that. You this the Trinity, you are go fall from your feet. House of Parliament, me know this your one you get your weak. The you them now for beg before they get to use them.
I am a king in this jungle. City love so high and so humble. I see so many fall and they stumble along the way. Hey, along the way. Hey, along the way.
To Queen Elizabeth England, tell your police no more molestation. On this King Selassie and a beer banger rum. Remember, Emmanuel United Nation. I know we are time for repatriation. Check out the youths them live in a beer pollution. I tell you, Jamaica in a beer corruption.
And divide and rule. It's their own plan. Their own plan. But I ain't no fool to let them overcome.
Hey, I'm a DJ, pull that up again. Pull it up again. Pull it up again. Pull it up again.
When the white men first came here from over the seas, he looked and he said, "This is God's own country." He was mighty well pleased with this land that he found, and he said, "I will make him my own piece of ground." Now many's the battle he still had to fight, and many's the family who died in the night, 'cause many's the black men who lived all around, all of them wanting their own piece of ground. Then one fine day in 1883, gold was discovered in good quantity. Now the country was rich and was richer than planned, and each digger wanted his own piece of land. White diggers were few and the gold was so deep. Black man was cold 'cause his labor was cheap. With cruel and a shovel, it's all underground. 6 pennies a day to tender the ground. Now this land is so rich and it seems strange to me that the black man whose labor has helped it to be
year on the throne of a queen who in her own right has done harm unto us, and she's the descendants of those who have enjoyed the raping of I and I, black people, African people. We were never slaves. Let's make that very clear. We were enslaved. If you put a gun at a man's head and tell him to work, does that mean that he's no longer a carpenter, a steel man, a mason, a builder, a plumber? Certainly not. But they put a gun at our head and forced us, and then the indignity of calling us slaves. We were never slaves. And we are making it clear now that because we have the type of government that we have no democracy in Jamaica. These governments in Jamaica is by votes. Money, they buy votes. That is the type of government we have. No democracy. If they had democracy, they would never invite the representatives of the Queen of England to be here. Because the sentiment of the people at this time is that we want to get rid of the Queen of England, not to entrench her. And that is the feeling that we have. We are demanding due reparations, damages, compensation, car can wait 500 years, the car can wait. Yeah, but the car can wait 200 years. Yeah, man. So we are demanding that it's not something we're begging. In other words, the unpaid wages that you had our people working from sunrise to sunset on the cane fields that build your economy, the economies of Liverpool, the economies of Bristol, the economies of London were built on the blood, sweat and tears of the Africans. And we are saying that the unpaid wages alone, you need to pay us even that. And don't reach the part where you cut off our hands and our foot when we try to escape. And don't reach the point where you, on the barracoons of Africa, when you murdered many of us because you took on board a certain amount, knowing that 1/3 of I and I, in some instances, half the amount is going to die on the middle passage. I don't even reach to a stage yet. So all I'm saying is...
From Cape to Cairo, Morocco to Madagascar, but the only Azane Solitata Bazoga, but the only Azane Madagascar, but the only
involved in America through higher education, they will walk between now and eternity and never see the problem solved. God made man Lord of his creation, gave him possession and ownership of the world. And you have been so darn lazy that you have allowed the other fellow to run away with the whole world, and now he's stopping you and telling you that the world belongs to him and that you have no part in it. I don't have to tell anybody about being black because God Almighty knew exactly what he was doing when he made you black. If black people knew their glorious past, then they would be more inclined to respect themselves. Yes, you heard it, Johnny Walker Red. And black. Well, he has his adversities, but he's still going strong. Well, I intend with your help and God's grace to continue. Because my work has only just begun. And future generations shall have in their hands the guide by which they shall know the things of the 20th century. I know you two believe in time, but we shall wait patiently for 200 years if need be to face our enemies through our posterity. When my enemies are satisfied, in life I shall come back, or in death even to serve you as I served before. In life I shall be the same, in death I shall be a terror to the souls of us. If death has power, then count on me to be the real Marcus Garvey I would like to be. If I may come in an earthquake or a plague or a pestilence or as God would have me, then be assured that I shall never desert you and make your enemies triumph over you. Will I not go to hell 1,000,000 times for you? If I die in Atlanta, my work will only just then begin. For I shall live in the physical or the spiritual to see the day of Africa's glory. When I am dead, wrap the mantle of the red, the black and the green around me, for in the new life I shall rise up with God's grace and blessings to lead the millions up the heights and the triumph that you well know. Look for me in a world when there is a storm. Look for me all around you, for with God's grace I shall come back with countless millions of black men and women who have died in America, those who have died in the West Indies, and those who have died in Africa to aid you in the fight for liberty, freedom, and life. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Can we do it? We can do it. We shall do it. We have prayed to God for vision and for leadership. And he has given us our universal vision. A vision that will not limit our possibilities to America. A vision that will not limit our possibilities to the West Indies, but a vision that said it must be a free and redeemed Africa. Christ the crucified, Christ the despised. We appeal to you for help, for succor, for leadership. When you endeavor to carry your burden up the heights of Calvary, when white men scorned you, when white men scorned you, when white men spat at you, when white men pierced your side out of which little water was poured, it was a black man in the name of Simon the Syrian who took your cross and bore it up the heights of Calvary. And now that we are bearing your burden being so heavy, we just ask that you just help us on up there. Oh yes, the cause is grand, the cause is good. Surely we shall not turn back. Oh, sail on, sail on, sail on, almighty ship of state, sail on until the flag of the red, the black, and the green is perched upon the hills of Africa. Because the time has come for the black man to forget his hero worship of other races and to create and emulate heroes of his own. We must canonize our own saints, create our own martyrs, and elevate the positions of fame and honor black men and women who have made a distinct contribution to our racial history. Sojourner Truth is worthy of a place of sainthood alongside of Christopher Wallace and George William Gordon are entitled to the halo of martyrdom with no less glory than the martyrs of any other race. Toussaint Louverture's brilliancy as a soldier or a statesman outshone that of any other people, and he's entitled to the highest place as a hero among men. Because Africa's created millions and countless millions of black men and women in war and peace, whose luster and bravery outshone that of any other people. So why not see good and perfection in ourselves? We must inspire our literature
and promulgate a doctrine of our own without any apologies to the powers that be. Let sentiments and cross opinions go to the winds. We are entitled to our own opinion and are not obligated to or bound by the opinions of others. If others laugh at you, return the laughter to them. If they mimic you, return the compliment with equal force. Because they have no more right to dishonor, discredit you in manhood than you have in dealing with them. Honor them when they honor you. Disrespect and disregard them when they vilely treat you.
Cross, hungry, miserable.
Something that has no foundation in morals or in law. They have sprung from the same family tree of obscurity as we have. Their history is as rude in its primitiveness as ours. Their ancestors were running wild in living in trees of branches like monkeys as ours. They made human sacrifices, ate the flesh of their own dead and wild meat from beasts for centuries, even as they have accused us of doing. Their cannibalism is more prolonged than ours. When we were embracing the banks of the Nile, they were still drinking blood out of the soldiers they conquered. After our civilization had reached the noonday of progress, they were still living in holes with bats, rats, and other insects and animals. After we had already unfathomed the mystery of the stars and reduced the heavenly constellation to minute and regular calculus, there were still backwoodsmen living in ignorance and in blatant darkness. The world is indebted to us for the benefits of civilization. They stole our arts and sciences from Africa. Then why should we be ashamed of ourselves? Their modern improvements to be reflected and resurrected by our
generation. Repatriation is a must. Failure is not an option. Forward ever unto Mount Zion. Blessed be highly Selassie. Holy I, Emmanuel I. Blessed and terrible Marcus Messiah Garvey I. Honorable Rastafari send me from a mission. I just can't feel. Ali Selassie I send me from a mission. Rastafari send me from a mission. I just can't steal. Ali Selassie I send me from a mission. Yeah. Tell them buckle up their seatbelts and please hold on, cause that Detroit coming through like a blazing storm. Yeah, gonna go show these people me say how me carry on. Yeah, you, just watch the words with the song. You, big that Detroit Thompson, pushing forward from 1 to 1,000. Gonna turn a grand into couple million and make my millions, make some billions, build couple billion up to trillions. Talking about the finance of the New Jerusalem. You can LOL all the hell you want, cause you're witnessing a phenomenon.
Hey, I'm a DJ, pull it up again. Pull it up again, pull it up again. Pull it up again.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now.
Failure is not an option.
I know that you're afraid.
Forward ever.
You're afraid of us.
Unto Mount Zion.
You're afraid of
Blessed be highly Selassie I. Holy I, Emmanuel I. Blessed and terrible Marcus Messiah Garvey I. Honorable I just can't feel. Ali Selassie I send me from the mission. Yeah, I just can't feel.
A lot of them don't overstand the mission. They do not understand the mission. They're looking at the messengers too much. They're not seeing the message. Let's go.
Buckle up the seatbelts and please hold on. Cause that Detroit coming through like a blazing storm. Yeah, gonna show these people me say how me carry on.
In the midst of water, the fools are thirsty. Righteousness exalted the nation. Righteousness exalted the nation. Love and share, like and care. We have break through all the barriers.
Build couple billion up to trillions. Talking about the finance of the New Jerusalem. You can LOL all the hell you want, cause
you're witnessing a phenomenon. This has never been done before. You gotta tell somebody about this. This is not the usual thing that you would watch, you would listen. We're not in a box. We're never in a box. So if you're limiting yourself, I'm asking you, please move on.
Me say me want them for now when that the joy come true. Yeah, money go and bless the show. You hear about the love of God, man, that's my little bro. Introducing the walking inferno. You see the heat of the sun is a couple degrees below of what I dealing with, so I must feel the flow. See the girls in the crowd saying go try, go try, go, because they know say Poopa Joy is a real smooth fellow. I have lone children and working hand to mouth. Have no doubt, Selassie, I working it out, yeah. Take these folks to the African coast, yeah. Selassie send them on a mission. You just can't feel. Rastafari send me on a mission, yeah.
I just can't stay, Rastafari send me on a mission. Grand rising as usual to the beautiful Michelle. I want Michelle, I want one Michelle, we're gonna talk, hold on.
Education, it is a mission.
The hottest panel that is on radio. Straight out of the beautiful place called Florida. MC. Yeah, we just sent out the bulletin a while ago. If you're part of the Fresh Radio Vibes family, I want to say welcome. If you're part of the Maroon government, oh my God, we're on fire. I'm going to have to touch the front page around the world and let you know who is talking about us this morning. Not to mention, gotta big up the man called His Excellency Daniel Z. Basra. Strong Lion, Bahamas, how you doing? Kenny Platinum, PSI Radio, PSI TV. Gotta big up the DBC youths. The educators out of the UK. Gotta say big up to my brethren Billy D, Ambassador Billy D for you. And of course, I have nominated her as my Secretary of State. Michelle, of course, you know, we're working on our documents because we're gonna undock all our people. We're taking you off the ship. We're bringing you on land terms, that is. Sounds of the one and only Jatroy talking about the mission that is at hand, and I'm so excited this morning because, you know, now that our people are awakened and we're seeing all these different approaches that is being put forward, and it's called options, people. It's called options. And this morning, you see what came out on our page. It's the full-blown rebellion that has hit the front page. We're looking at some of the front pages that is reflecting the feeling of the people, the vibrations of our people. There's a certain contempt, you know, and the contempt that is happening right now is for this sort of don't care attitude. You know, we're talking about how we can liberate ourselves, and this morning what is trending is a fake news. Yes, you heard me. A fake news. A fake news has taken over everything that we want to look into in that perspective. So we want to see all what is going on, but at the said time, we want to remain in this, you know, awareness state, because we have to stay aware. DJ, my voice is sounding a bit dry right now, and I see where, you know, we just send out the necessary and we are going to get some more interaction. But as I said, the front page this morning, the front page is bursting. The Star, for once, you know, it has always been there, but we've never seen the Star, the Gleaner. All of the corporation paper is gearing at one momentum this morning. They are talking about the resurrection, the front line, the recognition that has been put forward as to the indigenous people called the Maroons. Now, as you see on our screen right here, we are giving a bit of history or our story as to the Maroons and the accomplishment. Now, we have just celebrated 284 years. That is 284 years as a recognition of this great nation called the Maroon. And in this time, we've seen a lot of naysayers, people who are trying to put the genie back into the bottle. Stop the rhythm, DJ. They're trying to put the genie back into the bottle. But this morning, it is quite obvious that it will not go back in the bottle. Why we say this is because people who were doubting that we had something tangible to work with, they were like, it will never happen. The corporation will never recognize. But we weren't waiting on the corporation to recognize us. We just wanted the corporation to be aware that the Maroon Treaty of 1738-39 was done through the use of guerrilla warfare and tactics. Now, some people believe that when we say guerrilla warfare and tactics, it means that we're going to act crazy and barbaric as to the savages that say that they discovered our people. Such bullshit have never been spoken before up until then. So the guerrilla warfare that we have used has catapulted us into the front page on it says that everyone will be told, everybody will be seeing it. This is the revolution unfolding in front of our eyes. But for those who want to still, live in the fairy tale, we're letting them know that we are here. The Maroons are here. Whether you like us or not, whether you accept us or not, this is a treaty that has tangible clause that the corporation have to respect. There is no if nor but about it. We are the indigenous people. And we do not work from privileges, we work from rights. We have the right to take a deep breath. We have the right to take care of this governance of our body. And all that the corporation comes together and are doing as an organization is a complement of us. So we're not infringing on their right to do what they want to do, but in regards to them respecting what we are, we're standing firm. Now, DJ, you can bring up the settings that we have right now. We think we have the likes of Belize. Belize came out, and the Belize people, they stand up and they said, yeah, we want to get something said and done about this sovereignty. And we said, all right. Now, equal rights and justice, that is a concern for each and every single one of us. It is something that we try to ignore, that the institutions that are there under the corporations, they were not installed for the betterment of our people. Like, for instance, the judicial system is not a fair enterprise for Maroons, because Maroons was looked upon as the enemy of the state because we did not adhere to these savage laws that they enact. And these laws was not enacted in the betterment of our people. They were not written for our sustainability and the ability of our children to reach that momentum that they should equally. That's why we say equal rights. That is a fundamental cornerstone that our people are looking at. We're looking at our mothers. Here we have Queen Ifrica. I want to say belated Earth Strong to Queen Ifrica. But Queen Ifrica have always come out and she stand with the Maroons, because at the latter part, we are all Maroons. Maroons is not a community. Maroon is just is a part of our indigenousness that we can claim before the corporation labeled us as Jamaican and Tegan and all of these different and without heads nor foot. Only hands alone. So right now, the revolution is in full effect. There is no doubting that our people are awakened. And the awakening of our people won't go back to sleep anytime soon. The phone line to call is 260-209-8730. Let me big up Lisa. Yeah, she's over there in Canada right now. Yeah, Red Snapper label, we're going to be working with them in the near future, because if you want to get some promotion, people, we're asking you please to work with us, man. Work with us. If we don't, DJ, stop the rhythm. Stop the rhythm. We are trying to make everybody collectively aware. And I'm hearing a lot of people questioning working together. Now, if you don't want to work together, we're going to die. Simple. If we do not collectively put some form of mechanism in place so we can grow and do not be distracted by, some people where you may not like the messenger. I don't like the messenger. But the message that the messenger is bringing is quite clear. You're in clear and present danger. So if you tell yourself that because you don't like Gadites, I don't like Gadites, God them said this and them said that about Gadites, I can't stop you from not liking me. But the big thing is that Gadites is here with a message. And my message is not to tell you to go wind up on nobody. Or my message is not to tell you to go kill your brother. Or, hate your brother and sister. Me not in that. Me not in this divide and rule thing where them guy here I put forward. Me I put out the message. And if you make because you're not liking me now, you know I dare. We have to unite, people. Yo, the phone lines open up and blaze some more fire. But me burn some more fire, because we don't see plan what go on, This morning we get up our fleet. The world is so fake right now. We hear them take the fake over the real. We are dealing with our sovereignty, and a little guy we have Cassie. I go tell I say, oh, I know for pay my sovereignty, no mine, but me if you go pay two guy, we just up like some skunk with some fake tears that come out of them eye. For deal with for them thing over my sovereignty. We cannot solve the problem until we fix ourselves. We have to fix ourselves. And then we move forward. The phone line's open.
They will set you up. Don't let them set you up. No, they will set you up. Hey, what is man that Jah is mindful of him? When every day the world is mingled up in sin, we see them all opposing and show off. We not the race of life. Later when I go laugh, don't let them set you up. Don't let them set you up. No, I don't wanna be set up.
Yes, sir. I gotta be got the man named Raskapa.
Set you up, yeah. Every man had the same chance. Every man had the same dance. Everybody in a romance, like the world in a lost trance. Yes, they got the system fighting against the things to make us all. Yes, to live is one, but they've got a master plan.
Don't let them set you up. Don't let them set you up.
No, no. Babylon can't set me up.
I'm telling you.
Don't let them set you up. No, no. People are going People are gonna laugh again. People are gonna pass some dirty remarks. Oh my friend, them say no watch the dog way you back. Oh no,
Got no pattern, them soul it last.
Oh God, don't let them set you up. No. Babylon can't set we up. No. Don't let them set we up.
Yes, sir.
No. Marcus Garvey is living. We're living out of Babylon.
Yes, MC. Okay. Let's go to our Caribbean news then. Hold on.
No. So don't let them set you up. Don't let them set you up. No. Don't let them set you up. No. Don't let them set you up. No. Rascadites in the place, standing up, yes, for the human race. Rascadites in the house, when we bundle to Babylon, east, west, north, and south. Don't let them set you up. Don't let them set you up.
Yes.
No.
What a thing. Let's see if we can get some international out there. I just got a call a while ago, and a lot of these my analysts, they do have their work, so we try to work with them, and I just believe that the uprising that is taking place right now, it is so significant, and I personally believe that whole heap of things can be achieved by it. DJ, do not make me sound so dry over here. Remember, our phone lines to call is 260-209-8730. Yeah, DJ, love it. Yes, it's a Monday morning. Yes, the Monday blazing. When we blaze 10 until 2. DJ Ellie over there in New York City. They're doing it big time. We just jump off on the toller line a while ago. Raskapa and the entire massive. So we see what's going on. We see what's popping on the outside. Let's get our international news to see if we can come off. We know that there's been some uproaring over there in Belize, but we're gonna get some more news. Caribbean and Latin America suffers from the greatest inequality. Is that true? Is it true that the inequality that is being dished out in the Latin? Oh my God! Here they say that. Here another one. Here we got the latest news right now. We want to see if we get the latest news right now popping. The latest headline news. Yes, blinking forced to walk back bride and unscripted call for regime change in Russia. Russia said the American calling for that sort of drastic measures over there in Russia. Will that go down with Mr. Putin? Will that bring out any sort of bad deed with Mr. Putin? We don't know. Putin is putting on the pressure as what we see, and we hope that it does not escalate anymore. The royals are not getting that sort of warm welcome from the people, and that seems to be something to be talked about. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley optimistic about opening embassy in the EAU. Wow. British monarchy to support future decision to be made by former territories. So they are saying that if you want to come out, yes, you can come out. What a thing he may say. Some of them people in a corporation, I wonder if them feel say people are idiot, you know. I wonder if them people here feel like say people are idiot. People are not idiots. No. Oh, you are going to just walk away from independence. You are going to just get up, walk away from independence, don't pay your bills, nothing. And then you have some people now with the audacity to tell the people them say them a move on. This not sound good. Yo, if you can call in, you know. So let's dissect this now. It says St. Kitts government consider wage salary increase for workers. I hear Heritage bring out something on him program this morning about the said thing. So some of these government officials have some people that work under some nasty conducts. Because you know, say anytime some of them company are come in your country, yes, and them set up shop, them get too much tax breaks. Look upon all the free zone people, them come and just rape the people, them and gone back. Millionaire them ton. Yes, so I don't know. Jamaica to conduct audit of metal detector in school. Them say the bag of fight will go on in a Jamaica, boy, them not really like it, because the youth them not talk, you know, me. See if we can get somebody on the line in the morning, because you know how you go when we go start, you know. I done it big time. As you know, today's show is brought to you by Nyamin's Restaurant, fine Jamaican cuisine. Doesn't stop right there. Big up to Ras Kappa. Yes, Ras Kappa over there. He said that Gadites were moving on a level, and I definitely like Wagwan. I could say if the Council General for the Maroon establishment is up. We know that our link is global. And sometimes it's of that dimension, them a multitask. We try link Strong Lion. If you are listening to us, we need to talk to you, because what happened in Bahamas is really something for us to link on, and we can move with Bahamas getting that link. Wow, let me see what I go on. Of course, we have other news that is popping up. Away from the Bahamas situation, we know that we have this situation here where the monarchy is saying that they don't have a problem. They don't have a problem letting go some of these subjects, because these subjects have become too smart now. So we could just let them go. And some of these subjects are very happy for the British to walk away and don't pay the bill. Do not pay the bill. They must say, yo, you don't have to pay the bill. But it says that the Duke of Cambridge, Prince Williams, has declared that the British monarchy will continue to support with pride and respect any decision made by the government of the Bahamas, Jamaica, and Belize in the future. Can you imagine this? Them say that they will support any one of these groundation marks that is there. So I wonder if the maroon thing up further. Let me see what I go on with the maroon. Neela Blaze. No, we're not disturb a lot of the things what I go on. We want to know what really. Speaking on Friday, on the final night of the Caribbean tour, Prince William, the second in line to the British throne, said, "Relationship evolves, friendship endures." The Duke of Cambridge was speaking at a reception that was hosted by the Governor General Sir Corlinus A. Smith. What a name, me? Corlinus. Wow. I tell you, big and serious. This one prior, people. People them say them willing to support and respect. Now, if they're willing to support and respect the fullness of what's going on, what does support and respect actually means? We are getting a mere apology, not even a sorry from the monarchy, but the monarchy has set up something in place for us to either claim this little pittance that they want to put in for reparation, or don't get nothing at all, which this is a piracy move. It's a piracy move by the royals, the crown. What is going to happen to these crown lands? You know, I think I hear Daniel Z. Basra with a very good synopsis with what is going on. Because here we have the Crown saying that we are going to respect the freedom, the decisions of these three places. Now you know that the Commonwealth is something that is very, very, very much something that they care about. And the Commonwealth, it's I think, let's get His Excellency Daniel Z. Basra to light something strong on it this morning.
Amazing. Perfect. Unadulterated. Black light. You see, in continuance of the last conversation I had with my listeners, we see a rapidly growing push a scam on my people. You know, this whole thing about making Jamaica a republic. They're trying to slide a scam on you the same way they slid the scam of independence on our grandparents and parents. And in detailing a quality clarity of this, we must first look at and acknowledge that there is a slow agrochemical death of Jamaica and Jamaican farmers taking blazing. Perfect, unadulterated black lights. We see, in continuance of the last conversation I had with my listeners, we see a rapidly growing push a scam on my people. You know, this whole thing about making Jamaica a republic. They're trying to slide a scam on you the same way they slid the scam of independence on our grandparents and parents. You know? And in detailing a quality clarity of this, we must first look at and acknowledge that there is a slow agrochemical death of Jamaica and Jamaican farmers taking place. There has been a slow agricultural and agrochemical death of Jamaica and Jamaican farmers taking place. Now, my grandfather's generations used no fertilizer, no agrochemicals in their processes of farming. Whether we had to make mulch holes or they went into the rat bat, into the caves and got the rat bat manure with the high we had options.
Yeah, that is the Excellency Daniel Z. Basra. Mr. Lloyd, thank you so much, Lloyd. Can I get 5 minutes of your time, Uncle Lloyd? Can I get just 5 minutes of your precious time, Mr. Lloyd Stanberry? It has been such a long time since I had the privilege of talking with you. You know what I mean? I would really love to get to you for a minute, but that is the man himself, Daniel Z. Basra, and he's touching on some very, very crucial points. And I would really like for later on in the show. Yes, we're gonna get His Excellency Daniel Z. Basra on the show, because what he's trying to say is, we see where the Crown is saying to these people that we will support you, but this is like the Crown feeling a bit of pity for us after working our ancestors and raping the people through the corporations. You know what I mean? It's atrocious. This morning we're looking at it. This sort of we're telling you about the revolution at hand and why it is necessary for us to, stand our ground. We need to stand our ground and not be distracted by, the noise in the market. The reason now you see that there's a uproar, and Daniel Z. Basra was very keen on it the other night to say that we are inactive, we're not proactive. Now, that is just part of the strategy, because some of us are fast, some of us are slow. But I just want to say that this sort of, would I say, buffoonery by some of our people in government who are going to approach the crown in an essence where they are actually going to feel pity that we want our liberty. It's not a pity we want from the crown. We want the crown to honor its words. And the blood treaties and other treaties that has been signed with their ancestors as to how we do business has been ignored. It has been pushed aside. We have been treated like peasants. And now the crown, which has raped our people up to this very time, they refuse to have a royal conversation, a sovereign conversation with people who have the likes of a real sovereignty as to what sovereignty really entails, and not some privileges that the corporation have gotten very used. Like, they love these privileges now, so they're like, yes, we're happy that we were a slave for your ancestors, and now that we're going to be friends. Listen to what the crown, listen what William said. This is a wee little lad, William is not as old as I am, I'm sure. Let me find the paper, because William is a wee little lad. Just the other day, he was running behind Princess Diana as a little tot and crying for mama. And now he's going to tell us that he will support. Let me say, I'm reading from the CNW News, because these news outlets, they provide a bit of information that we can spread across the board. It goes on to say, and with Jamaica celebrating, the Corporation of Jamaica celebrating 60 years of independence this year, and Belize celebrating 40 years of independence last year, I want to say this. We, the Crown, support with pride and respect your decisions about your future. Now, this young lad is saying that he respect with pride. Yes, pride and respect. Note the words that he's using. These words are not words that carry the necessary. Hold on, I think this is Willie God. Willie, how you doing, Willie? How you doing? Grand Rising?
What you say?
Willie, I'm burning a fire here on your relatives over in the UK who visit the country and tell them that they will respect their pride and whatsoever in walking away as a territory for the Great Britain. They won't get any compensation. You won't get any acre or mule. Nothing at all. But you're supposed to feel happy about it. And we're trying to dissect it this morning, Willie.
Oh, but me not help you about show some flame in that thing. That's what you mean?
You're live with my people right now. But Willie, you're a good subject of the crown. I don't think you have a problem with just walking away with the shirt on your back after how many years of enslavement by our ancestors.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
What you saying? I am live on your program?
Yes, and from 10 till 2, I tend to throw it out there. So I didn't store your I know I have you as Willie God, but I don't
God is my father, for clarification. God is my father, just like how Williams is my father, and I take Williams. God is my father, so I take God.
Oh my God!
I hope y'all understand that context and don't get any wrong impression to think I'm calling myself God.
Well, Willie, we are all God. Let us create man in our own image and likeness. But this morning, I want to welcome you to my program, Willie. You say you have a few minutes, can share your thoughts on what we're talking about this morning.
For sure. Even though you take me off guard, but for sure.
I know you have your earpiece, man. It's the Morning Ride Show. Whistle and ride while you're doing several things. We're looking at the revolution, or should I call it the uprising that has gone after the royal visit, where Belize has put up some resistance. We see where Bahamas, of all places, one of the Queen Precious Jewels, have put up some resistance, and Jamaica, the corporation, has also gone out front as to asking for some form of way forward. You think this sort of uprising is necessary, or you think it's the time for it to rise up?
Well, I believe, honestly, if they are here on vacation, we should leave the people alone. But if they are here on official visit from the Queen for business matters, then that's and we would like to know what is the business that they're about. So it all depends. That is how I would classify it. If it's about their vacation, no, let them enjoy themselves. Let them enjoy the country.
So you said, oh Jesus, go ahead.
Well, but if they're here about like policy making and involvement with our country as it relates to how we are related to the Queen and England, blah blah blah, that is the best time to go for the jugular, to let them know how we feel. But I just don't believe that if people are not here on an official visit and they're just here to enjoy the sun, to see the sun, leave the bloody people alone.
But my thing is, if it's not an official visit, why did he have the whole JDF come out with one bag of showpiece, him dressed up like a jackass in a one ancient thing with sword pan waist? Then one next thing again, them have this big gala up our house where Governor General and all I ass kissers them go up there and show their loyalty. If him come for vacation, we just go down a sandals, go book a room and chill out and nobody not see him.
Well, there you go.
So how really go? So if it's official, then you said the visit is official.
Once they have that ceremonial stuff that's going, then yes, then it's appropriate. It is called for. It is appropriate. We're not molesting them when they're on vacation. They are here on an official visit, and we need to let our voices be heard because the Queen is soon be passed, and they're going to take over. And we need. But you know what?
Yeah.
We need one. We need their, and I think they have given us the apology already. But we need reparations because they have given reparations to the Japanese and all kind of other people who they have over the years do a great injustice to. So what about us as black people?
What sort of? Listen me. Yeah, but everybody want reparation, and I know that's a pretty word that is going around, but we can't get reparation under the corporation status because these politicians are going to use it for their own thing. But I don't want to run too quick, Willie. I want to stick on this official. So you said that this is an official royal visit, right?
The mere fact that they have spread out the red carpet and all these ceremonial things with the Governor General, of course.
So
that doesn't sound like they come to do sun, sea, and sun. No,
but they say that this visit is to commemorate the 78 years of their grandmama ruling over our people. So is that hold on?
We should be out there in numbers, man. How you mean?
You said we should be out, but listen me. If your that is the way. Did William learn and Kate learn anything about the history when they did any such? Because these are young children carrying out this draconian measures, you know. Did they learn at school, Willie? You think that they learn at school?
Of course they know. Come on, they are not stupid people. They must know the history, and even if they didn't learn it in school, they must have just by their being in touch with the reality of what's happening in the society and what's happening in nations. They must know the problems and the history, the dark portray the history.
So hold on. You're saying that Kate and you would summarize that Kate and William came down to actually do a showpiece for Grandma then and show some form of love, pushing their hands through the fence like monkey, touching the little kids, and what was that about? I can't believe Kate and William, these really young people doing these sort of rubbish in 2022 to make a slave empire look good, Willie. This is not good.
It's called publicity, my friend.
PR.
It's called publicity
PR.
stunt.
PR.
Yeah, publicity stunts that they do all the time. So but at the same time, though, it would look bad for them to just come and they just they don't seem to touch base with the people. And try to show that they're still human beings who have a certain amount of love.
So
and
hold on, Willie. Touching hands with the people is different from touching base with the people, you know. You want to go on, Mr. Renaissance? Are you still hanging out with the Royals over Bahamas or what? You still in Bahamas?
No.
You came back.
I missed the flight. I missed the flight.
Come on, Mark. Willie, this is Mark, the UIC wing there. I think you want to talk to him also. He's one of our strategists. He's in the art room painting, I think, one of Kate pictures, but I think he's got some assignment there. Willie, yell up Mark, yell up Willie right there, so no? Because, my God.
Yell up, Mark. Yell up.
Yeah, man, respect.
Mark, we're talking about the Royals saying that they have no problem letting Jamaica, the corporation, go, Belize go, and Bahamas go without any compensation. They just want to give them a good clap and send them off. You don't want a compensation. What do you think about that? You think we should just cut ties and let bygones be bygones?
I think it's a pretty slick argument on their part by saying they don't want compensation because they're trying to leverage it against any potential any reparations. You understand?
Oh Jesus!
That's the narrative that they used to get out of their to absolve them of the responsibility for reparations to.
No, but Mark, this would not be the royal family paying for reparation. This is the corporation of the great UK that has benefit from the cottons, benefit from the bananas, benefit from the cane cotton, benefit from raping our mothers and sisters and bring forth some kids. Are you saying that the UK don't want to stand for some form of justice like what's going on?
Well, you have to understand that before you had the regular government, the Queen and them people used to run the whole roost, you know. So
the Queen directly or the Queen sitting above the corporation?
No, the Queen in England used to run the roost. They used to run the roost. They used to run the whole thing, the whole shebang. You understand? So at that time when they had full responsibility. I mean, when these invaders were sent out, they were sent out at the Queen's
request. Yes.
Oh, so I mean, where did them get all them gold and diamonds and all them things from? You think them people that come from Europe?
Yeah, but hold on. But some of these. But Willie, wouldn't you agree that some of these spoils and benefits reach the common British citizens that walking in the street of London right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's not where I want to go. Let me say something to you. Let me say something to you. You see, let me watch me. The other day in Canada, we had a protest. We have people standing up in minus like 30 degrees in Ottawa, demanding their rights and da. Where did that get us? It didn't get us anywhere. These protests are futile. They don't even. It's just it's just the lowest form of trying to get things done. Here's my suggestion. We need people who are intelligent like yourself, people who can speak, and so we form a body and we have elected representative who goes there and we are recognized by the Prime Minister, the Governor General, and we have a voice that speaks on the people's behalf and these blasted standing up a road up with placard. I mean, those things have not accomplished much over the years. So I believe we need to be we need to be more diplomatic in what we do. Right? We need to be more diplomatic and diplomatic. Then what does the protest? Where does the protest and all them thing they get us?
Willie, our guerrilla warfare has served us well in minute circumstances and in sometime mega. This morning we are on all the front page, which is even Stevie Wonder he knows about the maroon this morning. Even the snail under the rock this morning cannot come out and ask maroon who, maroon what. Now we're saying that to say that if the slave masters can recognize that we are indigenous, the Corporation of Jamaica should be very embarrassed, like Babs Grange and the Prime Minister this morning will get up and say that there's no such thing as indigenous people. This is why we use the tactics of demonstration to show you. It's called demonstration. That means I am doing it. I am giving you an enactment of what I needs to be done.
Well, that is their approach. Then fine, but you see,
no, we've tried the diplomatic effort avenues. You know that, Willie. You can't come here and say you haven't seen us.
Let me support a little bit what Willie said, right? In any discussion about anything or any direction, there is a level of strategy. You must look on the what your efforts and the results from your efforts. Okay. What he's saying is that we should have had persons with a way forward, something that we can actually present, a presentable document that says, hey, here's what we're requesting, and here is the road to that direction.
The UIC have a document like that, I'm sure.
We did.
You did?
Hold on, Virgin. Hold on, man.
Yes.
We have a way forward, but you have to understand that that demonstration coincided with our Walk for Liberty at the same day. We had no idea that we're going to have that. They're going to have that event. So that's why Joseph Patterson wasn't there, but other representatives were there to represent us. But we have to be more cohesive.
But before the demonstration, what Willie is trying to get at, and yourself has just admitted that there has to be some diplomatic channel open. Now, the UIC is looking to compete under the Corporation of Jamaica, not addressing the concern that is above the Corporation of Jamaica, which is the maroon situation of Jamaica. I think the UIC is playing I don't see the maroon situation, and that is going to come back and bite the UIC.
That's not so, sir.
Okay.
Why recognize the indigenous people of Jamaica?
No, but then why didn't the UIC have something for the crown then last week? Because Willie has just said this is a diplomatic landing in Jamaica. It's not about vacation. It's about straight business. But them make it look like a Sansi and Son. But when them not go a beach all now.
Well, it's much more than that. I think what we have to do. I mean, the fact of the matter is that there is a conversation now, which it be very difficult for the Prime Minister to backtrack.
Because what you mean? Did he ask that in an official capacity? Did he? Can you just tell me about the officialness? And that was not official.
Hold on. He said that we are moving on.
Yes, okay. to the grandson. He did not say that to... What is the grandson in the monarchy?
But hold on, Virgin. Grandson is a messenger just like he was to come on there. He came with a message. A message that we recognize that you're part of the Commonwealth and part of our subjects, which is why they had this full military garb on, and we had our soldiers salute to him, which tells people exactly where we are. You don't salute somebody that's lower than you. Okay, so he came in there and they all saluted him, the armed forces. Now, you have to understand that the way forward is to really, the fact that he said that, he was echoing the sentiments of Jamaica and the country at large. I mean, and the world at large, and the Caribbean community at large. We don't need the Queen anymore. There's no benefit of having the Queen as our head of state. So that is in the mix. It will be very, very difficult, like I said before, for him to backtrack as he did with fixed election dates, because he lied about that.
Mark, this brother for the Corporation of Jamaica who get up and ask the crown, who enslaved the people in the Corporation of Jamaica and call them subject for how many years right now? This guy named Andrew don't have a plan to get reparation, repatriation. Him don't have to get back none of them things because this guy now look upon the real sufferation of the people. It's just like when slavery was abolished, only the banker them get the slave owner them get paid. The people them don't get no money.
But we're not depending on him to get anything do anything on our behalf, because he'll be out by the next election.
Yeah.
So we're not concerned with that. But the fact of the matter is that there is even the oppressors' representatives, which is the G and PMP, have admitted. Are now carrying that narrative, which
but
is a good sign.
Have a plan, but them don't have a plan. Them want there. Listen me now.
Hold on, I don't care about that plan. I tell you before that Mark. Explain to you.
Mark.
Hold on, let me explain something.
Yeah, but Mark, as me tell you already, Mark. As a man, we have honor. You have to realize that it's not governance is not about you alone. It is for the people, by the people. If our people don't get the right compensation in our agreement to leave off for the British Empire, peerless. Because them not pay them bill all now, and that's why our people are suffering, Only for the infrastructure them we're supposed to get paid. Them not get no money.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But why are you putting the eggs in a basket that no longer exists? Next election they won't be around, so why am I concerned with what they're gonna do?
So
we have to be concerned ourselves.
Yeah.
We have to be concerned about ourselves and get behind the UIC to ensure that we legitimacy of the Jamaican people to change these things.
Yo, Willie.
Can I say
yeah, Willie, y'all get behind the UIC, Willie. Let me see where y'all get behind.
No, man. Me the permitting. Watch me now.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Some time ago, I received...
Mark, make the potential voter we're going to vote for your talk, Mark. Because them man, you have them powers up. Whole heap of people listen to them. Take it over.
Hear what I'm saying, my brethren.
Yeah.
And all the while, we have to be confrontational and be warmongers. Sometimes we can be diplomatic, and when it's time, just like Putin the other day, he tried diplomacy, it didn't work, then he got to war. First, he tried to be diplomatic. Let me tell you, I remember some time ago I received a video, and I find it very, very eye-opening. They say, how do you conquer a nation without firing one shot? You get your people like the Chinese to go in your nation, have children, and while the natives are not having children, they are having children, their children are having children, and in 40 years, you will have so many Chinese or whatever nation it is that they will be running everything without firing one shot. That's how you conquer a nation. You use diplomacy. We don't always have to be, because we have a history as Maroon of fighting, that means we must always be confrontational and fighting. I am simply saying, let us see how best we can use intelligence, strategy, and diplomacy to get these people to hear our voice. All right. Just recently, I understand that what's her name? Babsy Grange must have pushed the Maroon Emperor.
Yeah, it's a script. She wounded the Emperor. She wounded him.
Yeah, why did that disrespect come? Because maybe he has been on a confrontational approach, and I've heard him, and sometimes he is indeed confrontational and not diplomatic. Willie,
you no. You cannot throw mud. You cannot throw mud upon the emperor to say that. You cannot say that. Your assumption is not valid. Yes.
he never came up as confrontational. He was actually.
Thank you very much.
I am not. Well, you say I am not talking about that one occasion.
Oh, I love that, Mark. Mark, I like that.
You understand the occasions leading up to
Willie, I feel like Willie, you cannot take these opportunity on the Maroon radio station. It's a liberation thing. I think so long as Willie attack and him not touch me all right. But you see, if Willie attack and me left over there, go thump Willie in my mouth, Willie if you use a gun and bust my skull. Because guess what? You violate. You're not for violate, because if you violate, you get me irritate. And if you get irritate, the button I go press. That's how we deal with it round here. So, because you see this Will Smith and Chris Rock fake slap on our embrace. We don't need to wake up and say it's a new day, will it? I said life in my running at you.
What is your solution?
The solution is the audacity of a little chap like William now. Let me read something for you and Mark, seeing that we're in this. It says here, Jamaica is celebrating 60 years of oppression. Belize is celebrating 40 years of oppression. Now, it says in the CWN here, the Caribbean tour undertaken by the Duke and his wife, Catherine, was intended to mark the 70th anniversary of the coronation of the Queen Elizabeth. Now, if our leaders in 2022 can have the grandchildren, that I am older than the grandchildren, there was a credence that was put forward by the Queen long before I was born about was it an acre, a mule and 40 acres or something like that? Where are these prestigious royal attribute that goes with these upstanding civilized people? If your words don't mean crap, don't come around here and come play like a shit can make out a tasty party. Not make like that, Willie. A reality we live in right now. We cannot have our leaders debating the fact of we want independence, but yeah, all the way you do, people just forget about that. That can't work, Willie. Can that work, Mark?
But that's not what I am saying. I am not saying that. I am simply saying that we can find many ways to skin a cat. Many ways. So I am saying we don't always have to take up knife and gun and ready for
Nobody is recommending knives and guns.
I'm just using that as a term. I'm not saying you're saying that, but I'm just saying confrontation is never the answer. I am saying that is last resort as a people. We have to understand that. Why don't we find the best way to get to these people? And when you do so in a respectful manner, people will listen to what you have to say. But if all we can do is seem to be confrontational, nobody's gonna take us seriously.
Willie, can I say something, Willie? You see, I was watching a tape the other morning, and this Caucasian went into a lion pen to pet the lion. Now, I know lions don't want to get pet, but if you feel like you have this supernatural power to go and pet the lion, feel free to do it. Now, the ignorance of our leaders as to bringing the royals, escorting them down to Shantytown, a.k.a. the so-called place that Bob Marley met Bunny Wailer, because that's not where Bob Marley born or nothing. I sent. Oh, you say we love this. You know what we love, Willie? We love inclusion. We love feel like we are smarty. Nobody never make me feel like me a smarty. Me never put on jacket and tie, go stand up against people to know the value of myself. All in time, I want to tear up shots. Me know who I am. If we're going to have reasonable reasoning with the crown, it cannot be from a laughable manner, because they are not laughing. They're laughing in front of us. But in the House of Commons, you can't talk too loud. Am I lying, Mark?
No, you can't talk too loud, but some have though.
Yeah, but you get kicked out. They will throw you out. I see them here. If the House is speaker, throw them out. So you have to come out. You can't have no sort of thing like that in here. So what I'm simply saying is, we as a people have to have a mature. How do we start a mature reasoning with these people and get them serious? We have demonstrated.
That's the question. I love that question. And that's all I'm asking too. How do we get audience? And I'm talking about respect respectable audience so that they have to give a listening ear, because we have people who are representing us can put a lot of weight into what we're saying rather than just little demonstrators on the roadside or placard. I am not for that. I'm for that when other things don't work. I am for diplomacy and respectability, and we see if we can get audience and we get a listening ear, and then if send like Putin will start fire the missile them, that's what me see it, you know. But me not start right away. That's what me see. Listen, man.
Hold on, Mark. Hold on, Mark. Before you say the thing, I know you're going. I think the Royals were over in Bahamas. We have Dr. Calder. He's just touched down in Miami. Dr. Calder, did you get to present the letter to the Royals about our intent, or you didn't get to go over to Bahamas? Talk to me, Grand Rising.
No, I didn't get to do that.
Not a laughable matter this morning. Doctor, we're talking about the royal visit in Jamaica. I know that you heard about it. We have Mark, where you and him have coffee the other morning, and Willie from out of Canada. He has just come out of the biggest demonstration on planet Earth out of the truckers. I think him did down there couple nights, well a bleach. Heal up the kingdom now. And now we're talking about the royal visit, and is the demonstration necessary, and what the next way forward? What the solution? Doctor, I guess he's busy. But Mark, you were gonna say something before the doctor came on.
Yeah, I was saying that I'm in full agreement with an approach that is going to foster results. You know, he has mentioned, Willie mentioned before, that the demonstration thing has not gotten. I mean, it's almost like a man out there bone tie. You know, many years ago, I'll give you a good example to back up what he's saying. Many years ago, when I spoke to, at the time, Stofton about the bauxite problem in Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
He suggested that I go burn some tire and guys have some demonstration done by the plant. And I told him I'm not gonna go burn a tire when he is an MP. He should be our voice. I said, why don't you go talk to him? Just come burn some tire. I know something. I completely ignored this suggestion. I went on first of all, I did my homework on the bauxite problems in Jamaica.
Yeah.
I called Mutty Perkins. I went on Beyond the Headlines. I wrote articles about the Neglina. I was even visited by Al Jazeera, who came to my home and questioned me about the bauxite problem because I heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
That advocacy got me before Parliament, in front of all the heads of the bauxite companies. Listen to my concerns.
Now, what was your
my approach is very strategic.
Mm-hmm.
If I'd gone and tie and all that kind of stuff, I don't think it'd be a one-day wonder.
But what came out of you getting that audience?
They immediately put sprinklers on the mud lake, which has never been done before.
Mm-hmm.
The very first time sprinklers on the mud lake in Jamaica.
Did they compensate any of our brothers and sisters who had lung problems or anything of that sort?
They give them compensation for damage to them roof and that kind of foolishness. But no place have taken up that situation. There's also a problem in Nain, in Central, where there's a high cancer rate because people are still drinking well water that has been contaminated by the bauxite mud lake that's seeped into water.
Up until this very time we're speaking, those sort of atrocities is still affecting our people for a mere $1, is it?
Yeah, well, they don't really care because they're, like you said, they represent the corporation. They're not representing Jamaica, so they don't care what the Jamaican brethren. You already said that.
Yes. It's quite evident. But as I said before, Mark is on the line, and of course, the UIC is it may. I'm not sure if it's going to do what we have been suggesting, and I hope they do. Willie is on the line. He's out of Canada. And, of course, you know, if you want to join in, it's 260-209-8730. We're talking about the mere fact that the Royals have been pushing this sentiment, and several other people like Barbados. I think it's a travesty to see Barbados claim to walk away from the monarchy, and they're still under certain financial restraints. Certain debt of the Corporation of Barbados that was run by the Crown has been passed on to the Republic of Barbados. Do you think that is such a good gesture for independence, gentlemen? You think that is really manageable or civil to have, after so many years of not taking care of your responsibility, you walk away, leave the child, don't even give no child support, nothing in place?
Well, one of the things I've said before, which is why I said the whole issue of slavery reparations is so wicked. If you have a dog or a donkey,
oh God,
that that's been generating income for you, right, over the years, and their function is no longer needed because there's a shift in the market, longer need cane production. What they've done is actually pretty slick. What they've done was they offered us freedom, which was inherent to us anyway.
Oh my God! But you don't have it. You don't have it. All they're
hold on. I hear what you're saying.
Yes.
To absolve himself of the responsibility of taking care of that old mule that has been doing all the work for all these years.
Yeah.
Say, hey, you are now free. But the wickedness comes because they have not given Jamaicans any means to support themselves. They haven't given us any land or anything. The only people that got compensated were the persons who were actually who were enslaving us, the plantation owners.
Yeah.
So by offering us freedom, they fooled Jamaicans into believing that they did a great thing. But in fact, freedom without freedom absolved them of their responsibility to take care of of these people that they brought from Africa and have not sent back to Africa or given them resources to maintain themselves where they are in this country. That's the biggest travesty.
Yeah, well, the reason why these sort of travesty can take place is simple. All these people are doing over is changing over your documents to a different owner. Because when the so-called Republic of Jamaica get on board, it still carries all the debt from the Corporation of Jamaica that was run by the Crown, because the Crown did not settle its debt. And this sort of rubbish that leaders are running around crying to our people about independence, these fancy words, it is high treason they're committing.
May I chip in and say something, Gajai?
Yeah,
man. I want to say, while we are knocking at the door of these people, we need to also instill in our people, as Marcus Garvey says, that we must. Marcus Garvey was a proponent of self-determination. Our people must stop seeing themselves as slaves, as have no freedom. Because look here, my brother, I lived in Jamaica. Let me finish now, man.
Yeah.
All my life, I lived in Jamaica until I was about 44. I migrated to Canada, and now I'm 57. When I was living in Jamaica, nobody could stop me from buying a piece of land. Nobody could stop me from getting a proper education. Nobody could stop me from achieving my goals, my financial goals, my dreams. No, because I did not look to assist them, to empower me or to give me that. Nobody can give me freedom like me. So our people need to understand that the world stage is open to us, especially with globalization. The stage is open to us. Nobody stop you from achieving whatever you want except you. And we need to stop think of ourselves as being in shackles and think of ourselves as people who have a lot of power to achieve whatever. I know of many people. Just yesterday I was talking to a friend. and he's telling me about this little black guy. And forgive me, some of you don't like the word black. Me, I don't care. I use the word. But the point is, you have guys out there who are not looking to no prime minister, looking to no damn queen or no nobody for the freedom. You know what they're busy doing? They're busy buying up land and busy building houses and flipping the houses and make a $7 million and a $10 million a year. Nobody stop you from doing it except you.
Willie,
let me finish.
Willie, you cannot throw so much milk inside the coffee. It's not going to taste good. Willie, you know.
Go ahead.
What I'm simply saying that our people are not considered themselves to be slaves, but the systematical injustice that is put to curtail our people by the crown and these criminals calling themselves politicians, it is what is embarrassing. It's embarrassing to know that the Queen has said that the crown land is supposed to be abolished, but politicians are still driving tax on land, calling it crown land. The crown is trying to vindicate itself as an honest, upstanding corporation body. But the people who are supposed to put forward the 40 acres and the mule, they give you a mule, but they hold on for the 40 acres. We as a people don't see ourselves as peasants. But when you have a public servant or a police officer who is going to make because of a piece of document, they incarcerate you. These are slavery mentality. And our people have become a lover of slavery mentality. They are not slave anymore, but yet still they get up every day and beat their children. Because guess what? This is what grandma do. Grandma did it because grandma was mentally chastised. We get up and do some things every day because guess what? We feel that this is a cultural thing. To get up and do certain...
But what I'm saying is, God's eye, when you look at Jamaica and you see our own black brothers are there. One of the guy who is the BOJ governor, he's a little black guy.
A puppet.
Where did he get such a power?
A puppet.
He knows. Listen, no, I refuse to say that.
A puppet.
Listen.
The government of Jamaica, the corporation of Jamaica is a puppet. Is a puppet. Is a puppet. Listen to me. I don't listen to me. If you're going to come here and talk about titles and accomplishment through the corporation, I give that zero respect. Because listen to me, traitors and spies are all over. You can buy traitors and spies on any sidewalk nowadays.
Well, you see, that's what I'm trying to try to explain to you, my friend.
Yeah.
You have somebody just decide that, you know what, I'm going to war with these people. While another man say, you know what, I'm going to study the bitch and I'm going to strategize and I'm going to show him I can succeed. Look here how he try to put up. Wait a man. Look here him try to put up roadblock. I'm going to show him just the power of my mentality and my mind. All the shackles that they put around me, I can still be ahead. I can still gain. I can still accomplish. I'm not going to sit down and depend on nobody to tell me about my freedom. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Mark want to interject with you.
Willie, you said some things a while ago that resonate with me. You talk about going out there and doing things by yourself, okay?
Yeah.
I can say that about me, Mark Cameron. I've done that. I've gone out, I've built houses. I built townhouses. Right now I'm painting. I'm relaxing.
Yeah.
I mean, I romp and all that because I prepared myself to be free.
Thank you.
Now there are other persons who are not so lucky, okay, who were not given the opportunities to expand their and to realize their true potential.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot keep talking about I, and we not everybody's like us, brethren, and we have to give people what's due to them.
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica, although I'm not depending on reparations from the corporation, as God has talked about a while ago, we should engage from a point of as reasonable people.
Mm-hmm.
That We're not begging for anything. This is due to us. It is the responsibility of persons who are in charge of us as slaves to give them the opportunity to take care of themselves. A lot of Jamaicans were not given land or given tools to take care of themselves. And on top of that, they gave us representatives that were actually agents of the corporation that work for themselves and not for the benefit of the Jamaican people.
Mark.
The UIC, hold on a second, the UIC, which kind of ignored a while ago, was not something that was given for one to be a politician. As a matter of fact, I'm not. I was the first VP, but I'm not in the game, bro. Not a member of anything. I just support the UIT because I want change.
Yes,
I would support the GP or the PNP if they offer the same type of solutions. But they have not. So we decided to start our own movement.
Yes.
That is where we have to be, like you said, strategic. But we also have to be prudent in how we conduct ourselves with these people who are diabolical. They do not care about us. Anybody that steals from former slaves, or former descendants of slaves, are wicked people. So bear that.
Well, hold that thought. Because people, we're here, in case you're just joining us, we're here on the International Morning Ride Show, and we have Mark Renaissance and, of course, Willie out of Canada. I'm trying to get some of our other panelists, but, they're multitasking. The big uproar in the room this morning is that our people are demonstrating. A lot of people are not understanding why we're demonstrating, while some support us, some don't. The mere fact that the monarchy or the crown has the upper hand of all the corporations, none are excluded. They all work under the crown in some way, shape, or form. And our people is seeing at this time to have a mature reasoning with the crown about our liberty, about the injustice that they've done to our people, about the rights that they've taken away from us and given us privilege through the corporation. And of course, this doesn't sit well with some of the people who have learned how to become even nastier than the corporation, because they learn the game. Like, for instance, the lawyers, they know that this is an injustice practice, but through their parents, send them go to school to learn to rap better. They manipulate our people. And so far, we're not seeing eye to eye. Some of us are even calling some of our brothers and sisters coconut and Oreo cookies, because they do not intend to show the real blackness. They rather black outside and white like chalk in the middle. Let me continue this. Willie just bust a laugh a while ago. He said the future role of the royal family in the Caribbean has been a central topic throughout the Duke and Duchess 8-day tour. Now, the future role, that means that when we hear about the so-called Commonwealth, Mark, I think your skin's supposed to catch a fire, because if we're going back to the Commonwealth situation, we do have some concern there, gentlemen, don't we?
Yes, we do. I mean, the UIC's form of republic government is without Commonwealth.
You want to be a part? Hold on, you don't want to be a part. The UIC don't recommend being a part of the Commonwealth or supporting Commonwealth initiatives.
We support our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean. Not under the same arrangement that we now have something. As a matter of fact, this is put aside the UIC. This is my speaking. We're better off as one, as a community in the Caribbean community. I believe we should have one government in the Caribbean. That's my personal opinion. We have everything to support ourselves in the Caribbean. We don't need these fools and the wars and the bullshit that they do all around the world. The Caribbean people can take care of themselves if left alone. I strongly believe that. That's my personal opinion.
Not on a global perspective. Carry on, Willie. You were going to say something.
Yeah, maybe I am just oversimplifying things, but I choose my battles in life. I know what to fight and what not to fight. And I try to make sure whenever I'm going to fight, I know I stand a great chance of succeeding. If a man lock me in prison, I can be there and lash out at the guard and I mash up the place and I mash up the wall. Or, I can say, what, I'm locked up. And lashing out and doing all of those things, it may get me self-aggrandizement.
So if you get a chance to slew the guard, you not do it. You have to sit down there.
Hold on. Let me finish the point now, please. Just let me finish
Okay.
So, because I have a point. Right. So I can lash out at the guard, I can start mash up the wall, or I can say, what? All of that is futile. Wanna give me the chance to get a proper education or to learn a skill. I learn a skill, I can use it in that prison, or when they release me, I can go on the road and I can come out a better person, or I can come out a demon. All I'm saying is, let me tell you something, my brothers. Whether you want to accept it or not, when there's a thing called government, these people have power. They don't.
If you give them, we give the government the power. We give the government the power. No organization have the power over the people. Don't come here with your bull crap. Yes.
Listen, can you allow me to finish the point?
Not with you cannot be saying
people,
that. Yes, or a bunch of corporations. Yes.
Do not believe in relinquishing the power that they have over us.
No, we have to fight for it. We have to fight for it.
Exactly.
Won't get it. Yes.
And then when you fight, you get that like what they did in Canada the other day. The horses trample upon your backside. And what are you going to do? What happened?
Yeah, but you cannot. Fear is things that you put in your mind. And what we're trying to empower people after 400 years of bombardment, Willie, I know the post-traumatic slave syndrome is very diabolical in our community. If some of us hear a box bus, Willie, we run and pee ourselves. Willie, we are shattered and battered, Willie. And over the years that our people have been abused, Marcus Garvey tried to lend an helping hand. And they character assassinate him first, then they physically poison him. Then you have Malcolm, then you have all of our... We are not going to get through this easy, but it's better you stand on your feet and fight, Willie, more than kneel on your knee and hang your head over.
I'm saying to you, Godza, yes, I believe in fighting, but it does not always have to be with sticks and stones.
And
But with a different method of fighting.
But Willie, look here.
And educational or,
But look here. We have a method right now where we're asking people to get an identification. Willie, this is just you and your autograph, and this is like pulling a teeth out of some of our people's head. They are so stubborn, they're stubborn like a jackass. Because guess what? Their whole surety is that the corporation has given them a half a loaf of bread and they're comfortable in that half a loaf of bread. They don't want to go. Hey, Harriet Tubman said she could have saved much more of us if only we wanted to save ourselves. We're comfortable with the 3 o'clock pot cover knocking. Come. We sure say, my picnic go to school, even if I bullshit him learn in a classroom, he might go to school at any time.
Yes. Can I say something to you, my brother?
Yes, sir.
I believe, you see the work that you are setting about doing?
Yes, sir.
You need 20,000 of you doing that job of educating the people. The problem is our people don't even know what the difference is, and you cannot blame them. So we need people like yourself and Mark and many others to come and say, hey, did you know that if you have this nationality ID, you are exempt from so most of the problem is our people just don't know. And that is why I say programs like yours and programs and we need some more 10,000 more guys around that go around and seek to educate the people on how to become national, how to liberate yourself from the corporation. That is exactly what you need. But in the meantime, but I am saying for those who don't know, They have to find a strategy to survive. Like Mark, what he says a while ago, what he's doing. Nobody's stopping him from making his money. I'm just showing it's all about strategy, my brother. So your part should be education in the schools, into this, into that. You thank God we have free media now. You can go and you can invite people to come listen to your program. You can do educational program in communities, because most of the time people are dumbed down. They don't know. So when you say, oh, they don't want to ready, maybe them just not know what it mean.
No, but I'm simply saying we don't think that our people are stupid or anything. Our people are in a trance right now. It's like they know they can see the danger. They know they have to come out of the way of the danger. But it's like, listen to me, this is not really a real thing. When I talk to people, I become a victim, you know. Up to over the weekend, somebody say, yo, all you do is ray, and not getting things done. And I said to the person that in one of our greatest accomplishments at this appropriate time, Satan, in the shape of your form and body, want to come and tempt me. Get behind me, Satan. Because I think that right now, when you check every front page, the Prime Minister of Jamaica get up and said there was no indigenous people. This morning, the Gleaner, the Star, CVM, GVM, every M is talking about the Maroons. So how do you feel after your educated jackass buffoonery make you look so important the other day, but now the people is enacting this sort of power? So it is our people, as I said before, they have been taught how to be peasants, and it's hard to get them from that mindset now. Because peasantry is so common among the commoners, where the commoners look important, and that's a travesty. When you look,
that is what I'm saying. Your job is to read,
and your job too.
Oh, sorry, our job.
Our job. Thank you, and Mark also. It's our children's future depends on how we approach the future.
Yeah, you're right. Agree, 100%.
That's what I think we have to come to the understanding that this is not about me liking Willie or Willie liking me. We have a monster in the room who is affecting our day-to-day. Of course, Mark can make a living by utilizing all his skill, but the corporation is going to tax him for every sort of skill that God bless him with. And then at the end of the day, unlike America, it's a corporation of America, but they give a little bit tax return.
If Mark, as again I say to you, education. If Mark is a smart man, and I can see he sounds like a very smart man, he can either minimize his tax or zero tax if he knows the system that he's under. That's why I say you can use a man gun to shoot him. Yeah, so you can use the corporation at your advantage. For instance, I hear a lot of people cuss out banks. Oh, banks this, oh, banks that. And I say, what fool, what idiot? Why do I say that? When I left college in 1993, right? Yeah. And I did a job.
Grand Rising, Gary. Yes. Continue.
I was able. You listen if me a fool or what? You tell me this. I was able to go to see a house selling in Meadowbrook Estate, $4.5 million. And I was able to sell what asset I could sell. I was driving a nice RAV4. I sold it. And I was able to use that money and borrow some from my wife's mother. She took it off her insurance policy. And I was able to garner my down payment on the house. What you think? Give me 95% to make it up. The bank. No, you tell me, sir.
At what interest rate? At what interest rate? At what interest rate?
Hold on.
Yeah.
5 years later, that same house.
Yes.
Tell me, all the years me I work, me never see $1 million check yet.
Mm-hmm.
And after I sold that house, $3 million off of my wife. Because the bank
you can use the corporation. I came same place here in Canada, the rich people thing. I have $5,000 and I go to the bank and they say they will give you the rest to buy a $200,000. So listen what I'm saying about that.
I am not saying materialistically the corporation is not beneficial. Materialistically, but your rights is different from materialistic right, Willie. Willie, I can give you the best oxtail till I'm in jail, but you're still in Ras jail. So what I'm simply saying that I know that, hey, you have some people who can take a little hut and make it look like a castle, you know, Willie. I know these people, but then you have the next people who don't use to the hut, and they will never get used to the hut, and our people will never ever be used to the second class privileges of what the corporation has to offer us. Gary out of Panama.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think about the...
Finish, Willie, before Gary.
What do you think about the thing that said, why you can't be might as well you join them? What do you think about that?
That's a slave mentality. Anyway, just like how them tell you when you're in Rome, do like Roman. You're not a Roman, will never be a Roman, can't be a Roman. Anyway, Gary, you're on the line. Mark, Grand Rising. Willie from Canada. Mark from Jamaica.
Go ahead. We're come harder than today. Big up, guys. Big up. Yeah. The problem with these brothers, right, is the problem is right.
Come closer to your mic. We're not hearing you. Get closer to your mic, my lord.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're hearing you better.
Yeah. The problem with these brothers, right? The problem is that, you see, they want to build a mansion in the plantation. This is the problem. They want to make a really nice, luxurious plantation. No, my brothers, it is better for many of us to have a little lesser, so all of us can be prosperous, rather than a few of us have plenty and the rest of us have nothing. My brothers, what type of sacrifice are you willing to make? Mark from the UIC, are you willing to get on board and get behind the emperor who's got we have a group of government already set up, 3.5 million, organized, tight, strong. Are you willing to give up your UIC? I said, listen, put that aspiration behind me and get me the emperor and you other brothers and said, I'm going to make a sacrifice. And then, we'll work together.
Gary, make him answer.
And then,
finish, Gary. You have one more question. Mark, you have one more question with it.
Let me finish. How you get there the emperor? Listen, there's a lot of things the nation of Islam do that I don't really agree with, you know. There's a lot of things the Moorish temple do I don't agree with. But you know something? You'll never hear talk about them bad in the public. If they have any initiative, whether one my support, I help, I'm behind them. We can work up petty differences. Who want to be a top man to them? He's a top man. Mark, you say a top man. Guys, everybody here is a top man. But sometimes you have to understand. So listen, it is better for you to get on code and we can work everything else. Everything else
but let me hear
behind closed doors.
Yeah, let me hear what Mark had to say. Mark's behind closed door.
Before I walk by sight, not by faith.
Yes.
When the emperor can reveal his supporters to me in the numbers you talk about. Or anything when I talk to people, I support. Okay? Likes on Facebook and likes on Instagram and people making disparaging remarks about
Mark, that is hypocritical. Because if the Jamaica Corporation have 1,000 likes on their page, we take it serious, even though I buy the likes them. So don't go there, so Mark.
Exactly.
Don't do that, Mark. Mark,
what I want to see.
Yes.
For me, first of all, I do not and cannot support any organization that doesn't have a viable means of representing the people and by public support. There's a lot of things that he's doing that I applaud. However, the method at which he's going, he's not going to get the support that's necessary to have the kind of change that we're talking about. And that's one of the reasons why I am a firm supporter of the UIC. And back to Willie's point, you have to use the same game they used to enslave us against them. We have to get in there. We have to get in there by realistic means, not pipe dreams. Realistic means. Once those accomplished,
yes,
then all of the things that we would like for people can be done.
Yes,
in the context. In the context that is relevant.
Yes.
Right now we can only say the nice things and hear. But listen, all the things that he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We love to hear these things, man.
Mm-hmm.
It makes us wonder what if.
Feel good, eh? Feel good.
And what if? And I hope this could really work. And who doesn't want an ID that represents our people?
Yeah.
No, listen. There's nothing. Listen, when I had a restaurant, you see, I used to give out these cards that made people feel special. When they came to my restaurant and they handed that card,
these are not special. These are not feel special cards. These are indigenous tribal cards. Let's get it straight. Do not Mark. You keep Mark.
I'm trying to make a point. I'm the point, and then you can't talk, Bridget.
All right.
Is that we all want something that makes us a part of something.
We all want or deserve. We all deserve the right.
So nobody work on names and let's get to the meat of it. Deserve and want. Take all them you want.
Yes, sir.
Show what other names you want. Show what other adjectives you want.
Yes, sir.
What I'm saying is that we all want and deserve special treatment, especially in the context of what we've been through as a people. We not only survive at DNA to get to the point of conception and to be human beings. We also survived the transatlantic trade. We are phenomenal people. We are destined for greatness, which is why a lot of Jamaicans and Caribbean people have excelled around the world, because we are the ultimate survivors.
Mark.
And what I'm saying to my brother, is that I understand where we're going with the ID.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
But do not use us at the end all to achieve our objectives, or we're going to fail. Because we are going up against a system that is entrenched. They have bigger guns than fear.
Mark. You know what? No. I may say this to you, Mark, and I've spoken to you on several occasions, and I've spoken to Willie, because Willie called me that morning. Let me tell you, I'd rather die with my knowledge of righteousness than kneel and beg for my rights that I truly deserve. And whatever, hold on. We have to know in ourselves that this injustice that is taking against our people, it is not normal. We cannot accept it as normal.
What are you gonna do about it?
We're doing what we're doing right now. We're being a force to be reckoned. We're being a force to be reckoned with minds like yourself and Willie, who are not of a change effort. You're like, play along. Let's play along. It can't work no more, people. Playing along has not delivered what our people deserve.
Put more ID cards and an ID card, and that's it.
First you have to document. Yes.
Can I say something, my brother?
Yes, sir.
And I just said to you, my brother, program like yours is to educate the people and their mentality, because even if they come and they get every ID that they need and all the traffic document and everything, and if they have a wrong mentality, they're going to still be enslaved financially, physically, emotionally, every way. So when they get the ID, what next? They need to go and use the ID. They need to go and empower themselves. They need, but justice, as Mark rightly said, it cannot be the all in all. You've got to also accomplish educating the people. Now that I am tribalized, now that I identified with whatever independent group. If I don't get up off my bootstrap and go and make something of my life, what's the point? What's the point? That's all we're saying.
No, so you're talking in circles. You guys are talking in circles. You guys talk in circles because our people, one of the things we're good with, we like to talk in circles. At the end of the day, right? I am a beneficiary of this card. This card brings tangible, not symbolistic things, because our people love symbolistic.
Without you doing anything?
These cards anything else. My brother. Listen, brother. Listen, my brother. This is not a question of that. This is talking. We're talking in circles. Everything without works does not work, my brother. Yeah. This is a Superman suit. We put the suit on.
That's what I'm saying. So you're agreeing with me that you have to do something.
You guys talking.
Yo, don't shout.
You guys talk in circles, and you guys practice the same thing that you talk against. Oh, we need unity. But what are you doing? What kind of unity? Why don't you get behind an organization that's already in place and in position?
One at a time.
And play your part, and then later on, whatever differences you have, we can work it out. Because they say, we never have to send one letter to the royalty or any government. All we have to show that we're organized and we're not broken, and the weakness of us has been gone out, and everything that the tribe done. But our brothers and sisters, our people, do not have love for themselves.
We don't work together.
Yeah. And then we say, all of us say, we don't work together. All right. What? Okay. What are you willing to do? Tell me 5 things you're willing to do right now. Are you gonna get behind the man there? He's 10 steps ahead of you. Get behind him, and then whatever knowledge you have, you put it to the table so it can go
work together.
Further.
I think
put your aspirations behind.
Yes, I think. Hold on, Gary. Mark is trying to say something, but I think we need to stop looking at our people through clothes and diplomacy as education and these things, because a lot of we're living a lie, no man. We're living a fat lie, and we are comfortable with this lie. Cause guess what? Within the lie, a little bit of truth exists in it. Look. I asked a question. The UIC, have they presented a letter to the Crown? They went out there, Joseph Patterson, not an entourage, demonstrating against the royal visit. But as we've just concluded, without the right protocol, it can't work. As much as they want to boof L.A. Lewis, he is the only one that delivered a handwritten letter to the Governor General of Jamaica. None of these. I know the latter part. What?
What is the result?
The result. Hold on, no. The result is that we have it on file that we are moving in this direction. What does the UIC have on file?
We have it in our manifesto that we're moving in that direction.
Yeah, but have you presented it to the Crown?
I ain't got to present shit.
Then what the hell have to listen to your protocol for that? If the protocol work when you want it with the backside, it good for them. We don't need no protocol then, people. We don't need a damn protocol.
It's from the people of Jamaica.
Yeah.
All right? And once we get the power, if them war with us, then that's an international war. But I'm saying to you that our power comes from the people.
Yes, and the people are subject of the Corporation of Jamaica. They cannot give the UNC no authority.
No.
None of those people that are going to vote for the UNC have any documents away from the Jamaica Corporation documents. The UIC has not seen fit to undocument our people from the colonizers. So don't come around here, come tell me when you get in, when you're going straight to the Queen and the heir to our throne, you have no say, Mark.
But guess what?
Yes.
We've had revolutions all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And what was etched in stone no longer applied, my friend. Let me tell you something.
The protocol.
Understand that?
Yes.
And if Jamaicans by a referendum and by their votes stand behind any political party, they can, just like how my brother say, him go move on. He wants to, he can move on. I doubt he will. Because it sounds politically, it sounds, to advantage to say these things.
It is a false predicament. It's a false predicament.
The Jamaican people say,
yes.
We're going to go behind a government.
They're subjects. They're subjects. They cannot go behind the government. They're subjects.
They're subject to the manifesto because they don't want to validate the manifesto.
That was given to them by the crown.
No crown and I give manifesto.
The UIC does not have a constitution written. It have a manifesto. A manifesto is for a bunch of people who think how them supposed to do things.
You cannot write a constitution until you're in
utter rubbish. England, the UK does not have a constitution. England don't have a constitution, but yet the government is functioning. Why?
Well, guess what? We are concerned about Jamaicans validating our direction, and that's all I care about. I don't care about the what crown I do and all, but I mean not because when
Jesus Christ, my God. Wow. No, sir. I'm sorry for Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey, one great man, Kat, can you imagine in a fiend time how hard it is? And in this modern time where we have so much technology, we still have people who want to put the cat before the donkey, Father God. Why? Why we want to put the cat before the donkey cat? We cannot put the cat before the donkey.
Well, that's your opinion.
Mark, you are potential Malema as control opposition.
How so?
You don't want to fix the problem.
You come up. My brother, you're a brilliant brother. You see, you and Daniel Bazra,
yes, sir.
Come on board with us. We can change the whole game. But Marco cannot beat the game being under the contract they're under. They're under contract. Your guys are under contract.
Why don't you join us? Why not join you?
You have a better plan than we have. You don't have a better plan than the Maroon government, Mark. The UIC is trying to incorporate.
Can reach anywhere unless
what?
They have the vote of Jamaican people.
No, but look here. Can you imagine a brain like Joseph Patterson asking for indigenous rights of his people? Can you imagine a brains like Joseph Patterson? Hold on, no. Joseph Patterson had the audacity to go to Asia and fight for the Asian people rights and want to come to his own Maroon people now until we say, yo, you want to do? Go and suck salt through wooden spoon. We're going to make it one day. Yo, Mark, this sort of buffoonery need to stop.
Guys, you have to take your role very seriously. You are.
Yes, sir.
You are really.
Yes,
you
sir.
have to really do some more investigations about that, right?
No, but we are. Yes.
No, I'm correcting it because Joseph Patterson, before coming on to the UIC and movement to Jamaica, he is important. He sits on many boards in Southeast Asia as a financial analyst.
And he learned the tactics. He learned the pattern of winning the game.
He was fighting on their behalf. That's his job. His job was to manage this kind of thing. Not fighting nobody.
Yeah,
in fighting for shareholders.
But Mark, this is it, you know. If I come over the UK and I learn how to make a better bread, and that was in the UK, and I really go and come back to Jamaica, just like what Captain Burrell do, him come open up Cake World Bread. You have to sell this, even the better bread for our people, them. We just not being biased nor anything. We as Maroon people have to want the best for ourselves. We deserve the best. We are the best.
That's one reason why he started the UIC.
I know, but he started it with a limited conversation. The big boy conversation, I know our people is not ready for it, and I think that is what scares a lot of our potential leaders. They're telling themselves that, man, I may open my mouth and I get chastised. Mark, I am a living testimony of being chastised every single time I put forward something, but I live to see it come to life and it bear fruit for the massive. We can't put our dreams underneath bed and hope that it grow. And I'm not saying that we are supposed to go out there and be no Jesus Christ. But come on, man. We have to get some backbone in this political arena and really do something right. The UIC cannot go out and say they want to liberate our people and they still have the document of the Jamaica Corporation parading. That is height of buffoonery, man. We can't do that.
You're on this documentation, whatever. You know something?
It's not me on it. All of us is on it. You're on it too. You're on it too, Mark. Yeah. We're all branded. Willie branded too.
Does not stop me from achievement. I achieve whatever by taking the bull by the hand with myself. So I don't really care about them. They can't stop my food. See? I don't really care about that.
Thank you, Mark. Hard. Me see it too. Me just use their system to empower myself. I mean that.
What I care about is the collective good of our people. And I'm saying that I'm 61 in June. Okay, yes, I'm saying to you that you have to fight smart. Okay, you cannot fight the government unless you're willing to pick up arms and have a revolution against the government. Which I don't think you're
tired.
Right, because they have more guns than you and they're more strategic and they have more weapons.
Man, if Aria Tadman and Marcus was thinking like how you're thinking, Mark, I don't think you'd own no much house and car where you have right now. You'd be a pauper. You would have still have chain around your neck and somebody beating you. Eras never die. Eras never die. Eras never die. Eras never die. Yo, Jano. Me say if me get a woman on the line, cause them man now give me no energy. Me say if me get a female. Say if me get a female, cause them man done. Then can make up them mind so they now fight for shit. They now fight for nothing.
We're fighting, but we're not fight. All you think say we should have fight. We are fighting, but we're not fight. You think say we should have fight. We are strategists. Strategy in war, that's that. Strategy and a power.
Yeah. All of them things there. At the end of the day, listen, we need to practice. Practice when we preach. Take lessons so all of us can have more. Instead of trying to keep it when all I want to have, so we can be comfortable and fight comfortable. No, my friends. You win in uncomfortableness. You learn in the world of uncomfortability.
Yes.
It's as simple as that. These guys know better, you know.
Me know better.
They refuse to do it.
They're diplomatic. They're just diplomatic about their approach. I guess, listen to me. And this is why we're fighting such an uphill battle. Because at the end of the day, today for me, tomorrow for you, you know, as much as we want to say, well, I do this and I do that, I don't have a problem. But even the richest maroon who live up Beverly Hills, when he's going through the immigration, you know, so the immigration look on him like crap. Worse if I go to Europe. Where your name? Where you come from? Where you have an eye bag? But you see, a lot of people will not accept that. I think this is, we getting a call. Hold on, the people. My God, I think. Yeah, Panama office. Yes, one love. My God, a lot of things. One love.
Greetings. Greetings. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you loud and clear. Oh, Lord, Maroon government. Could you? I was just talking to Willie. I'm going to add back all of my people. Empress, give me back let me see if I get back. Okay. Lord, we getting. Yes, sorry about that.
That is correct, Mark. We have the same mindset, you know, because what we are trying to tell them, say, if we're going to pick up guns and arm and suicide, that because they have more guns, they are raised to the same way, say, they have more power. And then if we're going to pick up the paper will take you so far and no more. So what am I going to do? They're going to use for them gun against them. Also, sometimes soldiers fight war. They out of ammunition. They try to find a way to get your gun and use it for you. The strategist I am.
I am using their guns against them.
Willie, hold on. I think I have a mother on the line.
I am doing very well, and I've lived a good life. 57 years, I have no regrets.
Yo,
my life is very good.
Willie, you sound like a retired policeman. Hold on, there, Willie. Maroon Office, Grad Rising. How you doing? You're hearing all. You've been listening. Our reasoning from earlier on.
Yeah, I've been listening keenly to all of these elders.
You're not elders, what do you call it? Willie just 57 and Mark and just these are grown mature king. Yeah, got you, Empress.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, I've been listening and it really pained my heart, because all of me here is just pure hog shit, to be honest with you.
Oh, hogwash, my God, Jesus Christ.
Oh, no, what you Mark, you, as well as the other older gentleman there,
Willie,
I know to God, Willie, you guys are more to kneel down and let the slave master give you the butter biscuit.
Jesus, please, my God.
You understand what I'm saying to you? No, listen. I understand. Say you're talking about the emperor. Let me tell you something. I went ahead and used my bird people. What you call it there? The bond number, and I calculate my bond to see how much money them having at the savings account for me.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying to you? And when me calculate that and I see that for myself, I couldn't believe it. For me to say, all my life, I live on this planet here, and yet I'm just an account. I'm just a fiction for the system.
Yep.
You understand? And when you listen to me now, because I hear you upon the line whole day, You hear you upon the line the whole time, and I'm being honest with you. It's okay to have your own opinion, but you have to understand too, be careful of how you talk as well. You understand what I'm saying? We as females out here, we're looking for, because remember, man was created to protect us as the female. You understand? But you is more to sit down and make the system come for we. We are teacher for the them. Yes, most of us was brainwashed by the Willie syndrome, yes. But the ones that is here who is willing to go out and push out for help over a new generation. What about you as the man to come and protect us? You're here talking about what the emperor is doing. What the emperor done for me is 1,000 more % than what you have done for me. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't see what you're doing for me. You're talking about getting your I want you listen.
Oh, geez.
So tell me, listen.
Make you throw out all of the coffee, no? Make you throw out.
I don't want to interrupt. All right. No, I'm not eating that. I am the queen. You are the king, but no, the queen attack. You need to listen. When the time comes for the king reign, the king will reign. Now listen. Yes, the emperor come out with identification card, right? Yes, the emperor come out with your native with your birth people. How are you gonna go up against a system when we were forcefully signed into a system? You understand what I'm saying? The only way you can claim back yourself and own yourself, sign out the system and get to know the manipulative system that them put you in. Then you can go up and fight. You're talking about going to get up against this government. The government owned by the crown is just a puppet to the system. What are you trying to say to me?
My God!
What are you trying to say to me? The same government where if him not put in the work, him not get him a trophy.
Empress, hold on. Mark wanted to answer your question. Let me stop the rhythm because Mark, I think, as I said to you before, our listeners are very, very intellect. They're not the regulars. Where's the Mark?
My issue here is that all she's saying sounds really nice. Makes me feel, I get goosebumps.
No, she get results. She get results. She said that when she go and find out, she get results.
Finding out how them screw you. Everybody know that. Everybody know that.
That's a lie. If everybody know that, we would have fixed the problem already.
When you can tell me, you see, that you went to the war and you couldn't paying taxes. When you can train, if you mind me where I am right now, on your ID card, then we can have this conversation.
Yeah, but Mark, hold on, Empress.
Mark,
Alright, who want to go? Because I wanted to ask Mark.
Let me jump in.
Maroon Queen, hold on.
Mark, listen here, brother. We are here in this country. We don't have no Panamanian passport. We never had one till the day of coming, nor no Panamanian scheduler. We're living off the fact we got our Aboriginal maroon card. That's how we're living here.
Mark no know them sitting there yet. Mark and Willie now. Mark and Willie. Yo, listen to me. The emperor Jesus turned water into wine. And the emperor free people, but them still say no miracle. So listen to me.
Can I say something now? Yeah. I've been listening. Can I say something?
The emperor. Hold on. After that, the Maroon Queen wanted to say something back to Mark, and then you can take it over, Willie. Maroon Queen.
Mark want me, right? You want us. Let's put it this way. Go into the ocean and catch some big fish. Come out here, come scale it and give him to eat. Maybe mash it up and put it in our mouth. Let me tell you something, Mark.
Why?
We're not going to take no information from you. We're not going to know what for you. You have to jump in the water and drown yourself because see if you can't swim.
Hold on.
See, you can go into the system that you're in. You must can say, alright, you know what? Let me say I can jump in this hot water, see me and see how the water hot.
Empress, give Mark a chance to revive himself. Mark, where the Mark? Mark, where?
I'm 20 feet up in my tree house from a building. I'm not liberating. I'm liberating my picture. You understand? So more you understand. Me is a man of fight strategic.
Yes, sir.
When we watch people up on buy money for buying new car and new this, new that, we save my money. So we can buy my house and pan an acre and
this Mark, is this my me thing when I like it? This is yo, let me tell you something, Mark, let me tell you something. Let me tell you.
Want a trio stuff.
Let me tell you. Yeah, we want a trio stuff. Mark, we want a trio stuff, Mark. We want up 40 foot.
Drop a bag of termites at the root of your tree so that you can name it.
Bumbo clad. No, bad mind that. A bad mind. You can't make termites be a bad charge.
If I only care about myself, I will not be stressing about my brothers and sisters in Jamaica in captivity. I'd live my life, a peaceful life.
Yeah.
But then again, I couldn't be at peace because my conscience is the you know, see, because it bothers me to know that people, by their own misunderstanding, continue to be impacted by the legacy of slavery, thrust on us by these diabolical people.
The laws have not changed. The rules and regulation remain the same. The building may have painted into a different color, but it's a said staircase.
That's exactly why I'm
no, but this sort. What I keep saying to Mark and Willie is that you don't want to move forward like idiot crime minister boy. But you don't want to move forward in the right way. If you're going to move forward, if picking them who get suffering, the institution that are there in justice, the courtroom system is a mockery to the Maroons. All of these, the police who brutalize our people, these sort of crown nasty behavior have to move on too. Yeah. Real talk.
Can I come in now?
Yeah, Willie.
Alright, so let me just big up the Empress that is online, and it's always good to hear the Queen them talk, you know. Let me tell you something. At 50 years old and leaving Jamaica when I was
oh Jesus.
Long
time that, Willie.
Yeah, no, about 12 years. Anyway, the point is, just listen me out.
Yes, sir.
I have been through the educational system in Jamaica, from high school to St. Technical High, on a Spanish Town Road there, coming from Jonestown, Trenchtown there. That's where I grew up. And let me tell you something. I only heard they barely touch on Maroon what maroon is during school time. You know, just barely touch on what is a maroon.
So you never hear about nanny? So you never hear about nanny? You never hear about nanny?
Listen me out now, man.
I'm just asking.
Yes, man.
Okay.
Yeah, just let me make
Taki.
Okay. Make my brain stay too stable when you divert me. Anyway, the point is, so here is the problem.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you, God's eye. The problem we have is that we were not offered even these challenges that you're challenging us. We were not offered this education that you're giving us. I just like the other day.
Hogwash. Utter hogwash. Hogwash, Willie. Willie, that's out of poking. Willie.
You know, if you cannot allow me to declare myself, because you're going to tell me when I tell you and you must tell me hogwash. I am trying to make you understand from what perspective I am coming. So if you cannot allow me to speak, it doesn't make sense me on the program, because I'm trying to explain and declare myself so you can have a full understanding of where I personally am coming from.
I'm sorry if I said hogwash, Willie. It's just that I made no better. Sorry.
Please.
Yes.
So as far as I'm concerned,
mute your phone, Gary and Maroon Queen, mute on the phone so I can hear Willie properly. I need to get this on documents. Yeah, Willie, sorry about that.
Right. So what I'm saying, God's eye, is that for me personally, I can only speak on my behalf. I cannot speak on people's behalf. So for me, nobody taught me that, you can be free from the system. Nobody taught me that, there are separate IDs. Nobody taught me that there was a tax exemption. These things at 57 years old are just coming to my attention for the past about 4 months. I was introduced to a program here in Canada. This is what I am saying to us. So when you're going to say we are system people, we were not told the maroon thing. I used to see maroon thing as just one little set of people up one little hilltop there. And I remember when I was a pastor, I used to go up there and do some funerals for them and I beat them drum, and that's all we know about maroon. We were not told that you could come on maroon. That we were thinking that these are separate people from even it's just a little sect of people in the Jamaican people. So you must understand how we have been taught. So you cannot blame us now, who have been a part of the established system, and say no, with this and with that. No, we were not given this kind of education. Had I known these things when I was younger, maybe I would be in the space that you're in. I can't be in that space because I did not have that knowledge. That's all I'm saying to you, and that's why it goes back to me saying to you that we need 10,000 of your type of program to educate the younger kids coming up to say, hey, did you know you have a right to so and so? It's all.
Gary, mute your phone, Gary. Mute your phone, Gary.
All right.
Sorry
I
about
want
that.
to say something.
Hold on, Willie's not finished, people. Let Willie finish this and then. But mute your phone until Willie finish. Sorry about that, Willie. Continue.
Yeah, man. So all I'm saying is, now that I am getting this knowledge, it's for me to say, can I now pick up at 57 years old when I've fully been concretizing the system? The system has worked for me because I have strategized. I have learned the tax system. I've learned how to not pay tax or pay a little bit of tax. I've learned how to incorporate. I've learned how to use the banks to my advantage and make money with them. And I've learned how to live a good life. Is that so bad? That's what I'm saying. So I'm not against what you're trying to do in terms of educating people, but I'm just saying we were ignorant of this fact. I'm done.
Thank you. Maroon Queen.
Can I get in here?
Maroon Queen had asked for a minute first, but Gary, Maroon Queen, can you go ahead, Gary? I think she's giving you the leeway.
All right. In regards to Willie, right? Willie. You're in charge of telling. The only person in charge of educating you is yourself, Willie. I never finished high school. I've been to 30 countries. I see what's going on around the world, right? I personally meet with the emperor in Jamaica. I spend good all the time for the emperor to see what he's doing and what his plan was. This is why I got behind the emperor, because I myself, and I'm sure all the money up in this panel are leaders in their own right. But there's a time when you want to be a really good leader, sometimes you have to take a step back. You know what I'm saying? And let somebody else already got something going that's solid, highly effective. And then what you can do is come in and create a council or panel to where you can help the emperor maybe make an even better situation. And then you will get your props another time. But we men have to learn how to do that. Everybody want to be the top man. Brethren, we don't knock everybody here to the accomplishment that they did in the corporation, but you have to understand, right? The corporation put up hurdles. All you guys are doing is speaking from a position of, we're going to wait until they put up the hurdle and then we'll jump over it. Instead of us taking back the power, so we create our own hurdles to other people if necessary. That's what you guys are saying in other words. We put things, you see what I'm saying? We need to be the creators of our own destiny, not working from behind, and we need to see ourselves from a position of thriving rulership instead of having to clear the hurdles. My brother Mark, you make a nice trio of more seat one day. No, my brothers, I have a question from both you brothers, right? What are you guys doing right now to help your community? You guys are brilliant brothers. What are you guys doing? What we're doing as Maroon government, we're helping to feed the poor. We're helping to enlighten and to educate people. What are you guys doing as individuals every day? Are you guys going to old people's house, to let them clean their house, visit them, give them, make sure that everybody good? We can't talk about the 10,000 more of Godites and everything, which is fine and done there. But how about you guys jumping in, and then we have 9,999 more we can get. You guys be the first of that 10,000.
Right, Empress, Maroon Queen, you could take the floor right now, because I think we have put it across.
Yeah, Gary touched some really serious topic here. But I also listened to, I can still not remember his name, not Mark, the gentleman.
Willie. Yes.
Yeah, Willie. Willie, I listen to you keenly and I understand where you're coming from. Get wrong, that don't mean I'm siding with you. I'm not even siding with anybody, I'm just going off of me, right? And what I am understanding pertaining to what you're saying.
Yeah.
But to me, what I get from it is that you are comfortable with the progress you make to be accepted in the system. Because you mentioned to me that, you mentioned towards that as a person who's 50-something years old, you know how to go to the banks, you know how to make this. So it's like you become a part of it. Yeah, man, you become a puppet now in the system. And you're comfortable be a puppet
the man just know him know the house better than me and you. We know the fields, but him in the house, you know.
You understand? So if you know that they're inside the wall of the slave master now, you know that there's a button you have to press, you can go down in the cellar, you can dig around yourself.
Well, you know which part all I leftovers them there in the kitchen, my lad. What? Willie. Willie know about all of them clothes where slave master put in a back room in a trunk. Willie know which part.
Exactly. No, what I'm trying to make now, right? Yeah. You're saying that we need to create a system for the younger generation, to teach the younger generation. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. You mentioned you're 50. Who tell us you're 50 years old?
Oh, Jesus.
Are we tell us you're 50? The system tell us that this is the age you're born. This is the age it is. Tell us your mother is the same system, right? If me at the age of them send me 20-something years old. Who tell you send me 20-something years old? You understand what I'm saying? So don't come tell me you're old. Don't come tell me you're 50. No, to me, you even in your thousands year old, but you're like an elder. I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? So we need you, right? You are your brains of remember, you know the same master house, right? You know them tricks and them tree. You know how to grow on the system.
Now, will you not come back and tell me? Will you not come back and tell me about the back door where you could walk in and get the money, you know? No.
Exactly.
Willie, we are dealing with it. Willie, we are dealing.
You know.
Let the lady talk, man. Let the queen talk, man.
All the way you know of miss, because remember we want to break down the system. We are the earthlings of this land. You understand what we are saying? We want to mash up the system for the understanding what you get over the years to mash up the system. Let's bring it to your brother and sister them, and let's use it. Put it, let's create a say, alright, me learn this is the tricks of the know. Somebody else come in the same way.
Hold it, Lion. Hold it, Lion.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? And put it together. Baby, you're not 50 years old. But light you. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody come tell us we need to only create a system for the younger generation. Listen, we need your brain.
Jesus.
We need your brain, because remember you mentioned to me your mother, you know. Listen, your mother under Willie syndrome, you know, so your mother put you under fear.
You can't lick Willie so hard in the Empress. Jesus.
I have to do it.
Willie, guys, stop interrupting the queen, man. Let me love and guys, man. Let you talk, man. That's also a voice alone to write. You know that love meter.
I like it. We're going visual next time, but carry on with the teaching, Empress. Come boy.
Yeah, man.
What I'm trying to say, right? Remember, our mother was the one that Willie come for, right? Willie syndromes come for. So your mommy teach your age, right? She teach you know, say, okay, it's okay to go to the slave master and do the best as you can get the butter biscuit. See, okay, you get the butter biscuit now, so you work your way in at the house now, so you're comfortable. And tell us, this is who you are, you accept it. Now, bear in mind, you never know about the maroon thing, you never know. So let me ask you a question. You never go out and listen about Marcus Garvey. You never go out and listen to Martin Luther King. You never go out and listen to your ancestors, them, but them a preach. You never go out and listen to all those old. You never do no research for yourself, because why? All the time the slave master come and the slave master give the butter biscuit and him say, eat this, it tastes good. Don't eat, alright, do more work and you get more. So don't think for yourself, let me do the thinking for you. Right? No. We come out, know that the maroon thing come out. Remember, I know we start the maroon thing, you know, your ancestors, Marcus Garvey started, you know. So if you didn't know your history, you could have known that him started and then killing and pies them after that, don't it? So now I'm telling you that this just come out. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I didn't say just come out in a queue. I say I'm just getting aware of it just a couple months ago.
Since the pandemic.
Pretty much it just.
Yeah.
Yes,
pretty much it just.
Since the pandemic. Listen,
yeah.
Since the pandemic.
Just come out you.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that this thing exists. Honestly, I didn't know that this exists until I meet Emperor, what's his name? Because me and him make some connection with Jonestown and then place there and whatever, you know.
All right, Empress, hold on, Empress, because that's a lot of homework for Willie to go and do about finding out about Marcus and those things. I hope you get. I'm going to send you the link to Marcus' book, Willie, because you're young. Strong Lion is here from the Bahamas, the corporation over there.
Marcus Garvey, audible.com.
But hear what? I'm going to have the Empress call you personally so she can go over it note for note, because
only with another up to yesterday we were studying that, you know, but yeah, no problem.
But it's just because you admit that it's just a couple months ago you kind of get onto that. But I want Michelle, you're here in Florida. How is it going, Michelle, before I reach over to Strong Lion? Michelle, how is the weather in Florida today?
Weather in Florida today is beautiful. We have sunshine.
Yes, we have Willie. What's that?
Peace and love, everyone.
Yes, Willie.
Peace and love, everyone.
Bahamas, and we have Canada, Willie over there, and of course Gary in Panama, and Maroon office. Strong Lion is there. Let me go over to him because the demonstration over Bahamas was very powerful this weekend gone. We intend to rise all of the Maroons on every place of the earth right now. Strong Lion, give me your take in the morning. Roar, make we go on in the jungle a bit.
hold on, Rastan. No disrespect to that, you see Chief General. I didn't finish here what the Empress is saying, man. She was saying something. Pardon night. I finish cutting clear that, then I could come in.
Empress, strong lion want to continue with. Me I try to beat Willis. Teach Willis harder than what. Empress, they want you in the classroom. Please take it over, man. Please.
Hey, you can't take it enough. I'm about broad.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Willie, we get props to that. We get props to that, Willie.
Why,
right?
Brother, woman, them beat. Brother, woman, them beat me more than the man. Empress beat.
I got skill,
man. You know, say when I listen to the Willie Lynch letter, right?
Yeah.
And me understand what them really do to us as the woman, and then it really pain my heart. You understand what I'm saying? You say if a person really wants to understand what really happened to us, then listen to the letter and say, oh, twisted the letter is, and then you say, all right, this is what really happened to us, right? How can I go and try if you see me can correct this, because remember in your genes. So how can I go by correcting this? You learn to correct it, right? Then I say, all right, I love myself now. Let's reach out now, just as what the emperor doing now. Let's go. Let's come together now, because we are the only nation which is pretty much scattered all over the place. No, 3.8 million people now as sovereign now coming together. Listen, we don't really need no card, no birth paper now. And I mean, no nativity paper for so we are free indigenous people. No, we don't. But the system we're in is paper. Then work with. So let's fine. Let's fight the system with papers then.
I love
It's gonna come a time we don't need. It's gonna come a time we don't need no paper. Yeah.
Queen, let me just get in a word. So you see, the approach should be to people like myself and Mark and others. I don't have Mark, I don't see him, but to people like myself and others who may have some kind of support and direction to give the movement. What you guys should be doing is not to bash us because of our ignorance. You should be saying, come on board with us. That it should be the approach, not to beat with
what we've been doing.
That's
what we've been doing. No. Really, on a serious note.
Your duty should be to gather as much talent as you can to empower the movement rather than a bunch of people who don't know what them
Willie, it is not that I am bashing people for what they don't know. It is because this is the common sense of you acting like you don't want to know. As the Queen pointed out to you a while ago. Hold on. It is embarrassing. I
would not join the Maroon Emperor if I didn't want to know. I would not be in the Moors movement learning the system if I didn't want to know. From the thing come to my knowledge, I have been exploring it.
Yes. But Willie, it is embarrassing that you can tell me about how you had a car that you trade into a house. But the Honorable His Excellency Marcus Messiah Garvey from St. Anne's, you haven't been following his record. It's embarrassing that you're telling me only 4 months ago that you've come to the realization that sovereignty actually means ruling your own destiny. Really, you can go to some people who in a jacket and tie with them rum conversation there. And I nah go tolerate none of I people with these rum bar attics. I play like them an idiot. I play a fool to catch wise, as my granny say. I know stupid with people stupid, you know. I stubborn and won't get them priorities straight. That's why the grand picnic them cannot walk down a Jamaica and the jackass them a run behind them. Them look a total when I run behind Diana the other day before them murder them mother. You have to know yourself in the Gideon before you know anybody else. We as a sovereign people, we have to know ourselves. We have embraced our people. This is a common board. When you get your ID, that don't mean say you get anything, but it's a key to a door. But you don't even want the key because you're comfortable living in a shed in the back and say, well, Bakra master no lock your so and me can pick any time to go in. We're too comfortable for the plantation, my lad, being the slave. No matter how much house we own, how much car we own, our rights are being trampled on. You don't have rights.
Yes, sir.
You have
Yes,
privileges. Sir. Your privileges, the privilege with the corporation give you, them take it back anytime, anywhere, anyhow. And
so that is where I will join. I agree with you 100% that our rights have been trampled upon. Our constitution, our human, just our basic human inalienable rights have been trampled upon, and that is where I say those are the things I would be willing to fight for. I just don't want to be in a movement that is going to see me as this somebody who is like a Judas in the bamboo side. No, I have been a product of the system. I agree, but what do you do? I am already a product of the system. What do you do?
You claim your indigenous rights, and why? You know what? This is reminding me of the vaccine and the people who are not vaccinated. There's a big ignorance going on now. Because listen to me, just because I said I want to identify my indigenous rights, the people who have been educated by the corporation don't even have the common decency to question what indigenous means. Which indigenous cover both me and you, but because there's this Williden syndrome, as the Queen said, where me no fi have a Benz and you no fi have a Benz. We hate each other more than working with each other. I don't think the emperor...
but God's eye, it's a journey, brother. It's a journey. It's new. It's new information. It's new knowledge. It's a journey, my brother. You cannot just jump in a something where you don't know. You have to know and
you know what it is. You know what it is.
The system where we grow up in is an establishment. You can't join that system there. Before even against your will, as on always, they take your birth paper and throw them on.
Hold on. Make Willie finish and then Strong Lion.
It's a journey. So we are here to learn that journey. What's wrong with that?
Okay, but hold on, Willie. What you were saying, Strong Lion?
Listen, man. I hear the man say there's a new thing, right? We just new to I, right? But guess what? Let me just say this. I ain't knocking him now. Because it is new for some people, them who don't realize it, right? It's not new at all because sovereignty is a divinity. You understand? Daniel called me on Friday. Me and Daniel was reading. Going through some books and going over through meditation. And this man showed me to the sovereignty of kings, man. And what is sovereignty? The man break it down deep. This sovereignty is a serious thing because it's got to do with your divinity. It's got to do with your being. They took that away from us, man. They took our existence away from us because remember Marcus Garvey, and then Marcus Garvey. Don't forget what Malcolm X said. They call us, listen, Malcolm, they call us Negro, right? But there's no Negro language, there's no Negro land, there's no Negro nothing except for the time they create the word. And then guess what? When you do the etymology on the word Negro, guess what it means? It means corpse.
Jesus.
That's like the corporation. So we walking around here and saying we as Negroes, like especially in America, but then again you don't understand that. They only calling us Negro because we don't exist. We don't exist.
And nobody use that term as much as.
But hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm just saying sovereignty is divinity. That got to do with you being you as an individual human being.
Hold on, Strong
Sovereignty
Lion.
is divinity.
Strong Lion. Everybody hold a minute. Excellency Daniel on the line. Grand Rising Daniel.
Blazing black light.
Very heated reasoning take place where it started off where we're talking about the said thing that you talk about the other night with the corporation asking for independence and the way they're going about it without even informing the people that this would be a total new slate for them as far as the republic goes. We wouldn't owe anything. I don't know if you want to bring our people up to scratch with that you're talking about. Anybody have any question can ask Daniel, feel free to ask him right now because I'm on the line. But Daniel, you could elaborate about the transition that is being suggested.
Barbados. What happened in Barbados was is not what would work for us. This is the reality because when you become a republic,
if you're disconnecting from the crown, you have to disconnect from every single law, because every law, every legal statute, everything we have is coming from the crown. That means it was not designed on any level to function for our benefit. That means, of course, we're going to need insurance laws, but the present insurance laws are set up for the insurance companies to extricate the people's wealth and give them a proper deal. We have to fix that. Of course, we're going to need labor laws, but the present labor laws allow for hotels to have people, the foreigners to have Jamaicans working for 10, 15 years without being on staff and are not covered by insurance or anything. All of these things have to change. Every aspect of it has to be addressed. And then when you have all of this new system put in place, then you're ready to talk about becoming a republic. But how can you be? What you don't want is on the 5th of August to be the state of Jamaica with the same laws. And on the 6th of August, you're the Republic of Jamaica with the same British laws. This is what happened at independence. It's the same scam they're trying to pull neatly. Since you're coming into a level of awareness, they say, let's see if we can con them again and have them for another 70 years before they wake up.
So we don't have time for that, Dalios, and that's what we've been trying to reason with. We have Willie out of Canada. He's one of those great minds who believe that we need to just, when you're in Rome, do what the Romans do and survive, because it has been working for a while. And why disrupt the corporation with all of this indigenous and Republican chat? We have Panama over there, Gary, who believe a figure more or less that we need to come together as one. And we have Maroon Queen, where she not mince her words. She just tell us point blank, so we are waste time. The woman them tired for wait pan we, the long seed man them we have so much ego walk around with. You know, what you going to say a while ago, sir? You were going to say something a while ago?
No, man, I'm just saying, they're not even tired of waiting on us. Yeah. You see, women hold an important place, you know, but they also hold one of the things that I've always found, since we're going there, you see, the Empress of Hanoi says she might ready. But she's not a reflection of the majority of women. The majority of women are solely lost. Oh, Jesus. I mean, the majority of women are the majority of who grow in the pit of them, so they might grow last a picnic. It was females in our society who were invited by white supremacy back in the days to say, listen, you need to come and work and women's liberation, and you need to have this and you need to have this, and split up the black family. It wasn't the black man who get up and say never want a black family, which resulted in the quagmire that we're in. So it's not about men or women.
Yes.
It's about those of us who are here, ready and aware, because it's never been a majority. It's never been a majority. So we don't need the majority, we just need who they are. Because there's no sense in mixing right now. We have an issue to fix, not to fix it. And then we have to go back and fix ourselves, you know.
Yes.
The males have a particular psychosis, and the women have a particular psychosis too. We may fact that we're even attempting to separate ourselves means that we're half mad. Because which one of we want to do without one another?
No, boy, we want to do woman them. Gary.
And the woman them want we. So the time we spend attempting to separate ourselves is evidence that we kind of screwed over in the head too. Because me don't want to do that, that woman, and me know some sister don't want to do that. If you gotta tell them to live in our world without money, you better take them. Because they might jump off a cliff.
While you're holding that sentiment, Gary, you want to say something? I notice your phone lighting up. You have anything?
Yeah, man.
What you want to say to say?
Yeah, man. Big up, Basra. Big up, Daniel. Big up.
Yes.
One of the most brilliant men in Jamaica.
Yes, I. On the planet.
Yes, yeah, man.
Yeah, one of the most brilliant ones. Carry on. Gary, you want to ask him
Discipline, order, sacrifice and cooperation.
Right.
You need to get on that code. So that means, right, to go in deeper, that means, right,
What you saying, Gary? Gary, where there?
We need to pay this up. I'm here. You got me?
Yeah, but we're hearing you now.
Yeah. I'm saying that what that means is basically, listen, all of us here can lead in our own way, but can we put our own individual aspirations to the side for a minute and get on a page with somebody or a group that does not necessarily everything we like about them, either personally or whatever it is. Put them things to the side and say, listen, we're going to get on code, we move together, and then there's other things, we just work them out later. But let's get on this code now, move on this code.
Well,
because the Jewish community, Orthodox and non-Orthodox, they say, listen, we don't like the money in the world, we don't bother with them things, but at the end of the day, listen, we're all Jews. We don't like the money that never stand behind him, nobody move against him. Anybody move against him, never move against the man there. We can work with difference later. We need to do that because we say it, but we're not practicing it.
Work as a team, purple.
It needs to be done. It start with you. It start with you as an individual. It start with you. We met over here with a Rastafarian group. And they're saying this and that and that and this. I said, listen, the leader couldn't even tell me the name. He couldn't tell me the name of the president of Ethiopia. But I talk about Ethiopia.
Yes.
I said, brethren, it's about you. Start with you as an individual. What can you do to work with the Maroon Global Tribal Nation? What can you do? Despite whatever disagreements that you have, because we're ready to work with you.
Put aside. But hold on there. See, we have Basra on the line. Let me go back to this where it says that it's talking about the protest. It said that the royalty were met in Jamaica as several Jamaicans protest outside the British High Commissioner in Kingston, calling for reparation for slavery and removal of Queen Elizabeth II as head of state. During a courtesy call Wednesday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness and his country said his country intended to fulfill our true ambitions and destiny as an independent, development, prosperous country. There's nothing mentioned about this years of picking cotton or anything like that. Bahamian Prime Minister Philip David has not commented on the issue, although last year he also said that that it was on the agenda for Bahamas to get their independence. The Bahamas, a former British colony, gained independence in 1973, but it remains a member of the Commonwealth of Nations and recognize the British monarch as head of state. There's a lot of things that is thrown out right there, so where our people need to talk about. Strong Lion, I see you blinking up over there. You want to say something?
Boy, I guess so. They admitting that when they said he was independent, and when he pushes further down in ignorance, they admitting that now. Then
yeah, they say that that this independence was a sham, as what His Excellency pointed out. When Norman Manley or any one of our officials for the corporation goes to the corporation, they go to the corporation as a servant, not with any. They cannot make any order. They cannot make any demands from the crown. The crown is who they swear to serve and protect. So now it is quite evident that Bahamians, they are realizing that this was all a sham. The Queen is still the head of state, and as long as your country is a part of the so-called member of the Commonwealth, that is like the G7, you know. Do you know that, people? This is like the G7.
Hey, let me tell you something. It is. And at the same time, too, and I people them on that side, like Marcus said, the last, the first to go. Hey, we hold resistance on two fronts, Nassau and Freeport. Rastafari, brethren, in Nassau and Freeport. Standing up on the front line, that's to let them know, say, this can't go without being acknowledged. You understand that? We need our sovereignty and we need to be alleviated and being free and compensated for all this what we've been through, our ancestors them, because we are the voices of our ancestors. They might don't be here, but we speaking for them. We speaking through our unite. You understand what I'm saying? So this thing have to roll over for the better.
I'm glad everybody's seeing it for what it is right now, because there's a lot of talk in the Bahamas right now, and people them they ain't correct. What's so slick about our media in the Bahamas? Our media, they try to see if they could clean this, like put a little polish on the top and make it look like everything was kosher. But then again, now you see it slipping through the wire now, where people them wasn't really for that. A lot of people them ain't feeling that vibration just as much as a lot of people them all hailing these people them and ready to drop to their feet and let their foot up. They could do that, some of them. You understand? So we get resistance everywhere we go, and we have to put up resistance. Seems that way, because you get some people saying they don't mind, and you get some people them saying, yo, they need to come up off this thing, man. Independence. You've been independent for a long time. You got to realize this is not real. You got to be alleviated from the Commonwealth country, and we got to do our own thing as a sovereign nation. You say we have to be sovereign, man.
Yep. Excellency, you're lighting up, and Willie, you're lighting up. Excellence or Willie can go anytime. I think the two could wait and talk to them in a bit.
All I want to say is we need to spend the time and organize ourselves in the best way possible. There is power in numbers, there is power in unity. What we need is an organized, well-structured movement that is serious about what we are about, and we need to just take that to the relevant authorities and let them know that, I know they're already, paying lip service to the movement and what have you. But if it is well structured, well documented, well organized, so that they are forced to respect and listen to us, I think that's where we need to go. Just stop this bashing of people who may not have been a part of the movement, and people who have already benefited from the structured system, the establishment. We are happy that we were able to benefit from it. When new knowledge comes to us, it is how we act upon it that will determine the destiny. So my advice to the Maroons, as what guy is doing, many more need to be doing an educational program that seek to let people know what this movement is about, let people know their rights that many of them are not aware of, and I am sure that with the growth and the strength of the movement, they can help but acknowledge who we are. That's what they're doing now. That's the most I have to say right now.
And Excellency Daniel, you wanted to say something?
Our process is flawed, on many levels. Because even as Clayton really well said, these are all their processes.
Yes.
And that is where we keep getting screwed. We cannot liberate ourselves by anything that they have given us. It's the first liberation step. It's knowledge. That's the ultimate thing that changes, knowledge. So the reality that we are facing is to let the people be aware of the deception. Because the biggest issue is going on, is that them they tell the people they say, okay, we want to make this move, we want to go Republic. But you're supposed to first tell the people what's the danger of the present system, why you want to change it. This is what the present system has been doing, that's why you want to change it. And what we want to change it to. Other than that, it's just a sham. Other than that, even we as a people just running in like a set of monkey see, monkey lose.
Inclusion.
If you don't understand, if anyone who is saying, what do you want with a republic? That's supposed to be predicated on the understanding of what a republic is, and on the understanding of the ills and the errors and the dangers of the present system. You must know about this present system to know why you want to change. If a man now tell you, say, yo, when if me have a look by you and tell you, say, yo, stop wearing black shoes, wear brown shoes, I must be able to tell you the deficiencies associated and the errors and the dangers to you in wearing a black shoes.
But I want to say that is continue, Excellency.
And that is the crux of the issue, because We have always approached everything previously as our people. Well, not previously, within the last 100 years. It's never been based on understanding of anything. It's based on what we thought we knew. Our grandparents thought they knew what independence was, even though they couldn't read and write. And run into something without understanding. Understanding and knowledge and awareness is what changes everything first. Because if you get a new change, if you change the thing and the people still ignorant, then
that's real.
Yeah. I want to say big up Michelle and the Maroon Queen. Please let your voice be heard. Is there anything that you have concerned about? We have seen where the corporation has set out a point where they want to get independent. We no business about them independence, cause for them independence.
No, wait, get right. Yeah. Stop telling line. I don't know why the item keep insisting that the corporation as they have not made any steps toward it, you know.
A casual.
No, stop giving not. You're blood clot you talk about casual. You can't casually murder a girl. You don't murder her, you don't murder. What you talking about?
Yes, I.
We need to get over and acknowledge when we make error. The biggest error that the ISM has been making is been saying that, oh, they are making steps. What steps?
No,
they have not made any steps. A man talking it is not a step.
Yes. Not a step at all.
That's the sham. That's the sham that they're pulling over your eyes because they've been making steps to hold you tighter.
Hold on, Daniel. Please, Excellency. Birdseye, you're calling in from the Royal headquarters. Grand Rising.
I'm calling from my bird nest. If that's Royal headquarters, then no problem.
Actually, you hear Daniel voice when you talk about your call from birds. Daniel, when you're gonna say
No. I don't ever have to hear His Excellency's voice to be able to use my tools.
Hey, I don't
think anything here or not, you know.
I can't do that.
Yes, I.
Let me explain something. I don't do the rigmarole with these females, you know. Just my mother tell me say good as you get tie. If me see them I want them have to find my foot.
Yo, we still left the station and
God have mercy upon my soul.
Michelle, away at the big porridge. Michelle, you look for the grandchildren. Got Birdseye just reaching a few things, you know.
Grand rising, everyone. Grand rising, everyone. Blessed love, peace, light, prosperity.
Love and light.
Love.
Yeah. But see that we have Daniel here. Daniel, next I was planning this week to go through the redemption papers with you, cause I did.
No.
All right.
Not yet.
All right, sir. All right.
Not yet. We must just expound on the issue right now.
Yes, sir.
Which is the main issue, you know. You see, all of what we're doing, and even when you talk about Republic and all of that,
yes.
You know that if 1 million Jamaicans of the 2.8 change them status, all of it, more and more of their laws do not matter.
Willie, are you listening, Willie? Willie, you listening? Because we're tired in time to talk. Do you hear what the Excellency a while ago? Come on.
Yeah.
Make a come off of the ship.
Because the discussion, exactly, the discussion that people are having, our minister, even when the man said, seek to the right authority. Which right authority? If you know your right status, you are the authority.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
It's still groveling. Even if we have to say, even the process, for example, like them said to Jamaica, in Jamaican's case, what them say, the bill must be tabled, and then after the bill is tabled, it must be passed by a 2/3 majority in both the lower and the upper house, and then there must be a memorandum to the people, and the memorandum must have at least 50. You see, all of those processes is you subjecting to a higher authority, so you can't follow them processes there and truly be sovereign.
Once you're going around with
these are not law processes, these are legal. You see, there's a difference between law and legal.
Yes, sir.
Legal is a man curvy or him set it up. Law is predominant and it stands. You understand?
Yes, sir.
It's law we have to not legal.
So all of these legal processes, what them at all, what the governments them at all tell you say you have to go follow to become. It means that they're not ready to be sovereign. If you are the head of 2 million people, 2.8 million people, you're supposed to, all the most you want to do is to get the 2 million people vote. As a matter of fact, you don't even need no vote. As we do in today's globalized world, in today's technological world, you can have easily build a program where everybody can vote from them vote.
Yep.
And decide. Listen. Yo, this is what we're doing. And show it. We have a website and show it and say, Jamaicans have 1 week, and everybody within a week there. It's either yes or no, the white dot or the black dot. You want to be liberated from the Queen and you want to stay with the Queen. I want the Jamaican people made that decision. We don't give a fuck about any blood clot law that the Queen did put on. I don't understand what it is yet. So we still don't understand. We're still operating as children.
Hold on, Daniel. Daniel, Maroon Queen, are you still there? Because these are the sort of backbone that I think Maroon Queen wanted enough. These are the kind of... I think Maroon Queen supposed to feel tremendously right for no say yes. Because we have to have some... Another tough chapter, you know, man. It's about tough action. And that's why I say... Daniel Z. Basra have all of the mechanism when it comes on to empower our people, and we are fight this war upon several fronts. You know what I mean? A be a front we are fighting upon in a bird's eye. And Michelle, cause can't fight nowhere else. Yes, sir.
And one of the things I will implore, ladies, you hear what Garage just said? It's been a front number 5, man. They need to stop letting these men bring violence to the vagina. They need to stop it. This fighting on fronts is very wrong.
At the front alone, we are fight, man. We don't fight, man. No backline.
Because that's the thing. We're not supposed to be fighting. We are a living people. We're supposed to just
bring violence to the vagina,
ladies. Yo,
fighting on fronts.
I'm fighting on the front line. I keep telling you that, Daniel. I'll always be fighting on the front.
You're supposed to assume the authority decreed you by the Queen and command.
Listen to me,
all fronts.
I'm taking up a strong position on the front line.
No,
anyway, people, I gotta go. It's nice talking to you. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much, Willie. And Willie, I hope I have you back over here some other time. Hold on, Michelle. Where's the Michelle?
That's up, my lord. Willie ain't on them kind of talk, all right?
Willie a big man. Willie in church, you know. Willie believe in a whole heap of things. Yeah. Me no want to tarnish Willie career. Willie, I one of them people where, you know, you have to kind of look up to the position. But Willie, we love to have you over here. This is the grown radio station where may I ask Maroon Queen to call you personally and go through some of these dead books, the Egyptian Deads, Mark of the Bible, autobiography of Marcus Garvey. Is it Queen? Please work with Willie for me, please. I mean,
what's her name? What's the Queen name?
We just call her Maroon Queen because we take off. Yeah, I'll send her contact to you and she'll get in contact with you. Hope your wife don't upset, but she's going to be guiding you. She's an angel for you, Willie. I'm giving you an angel too.
Yeah. Yeah, man, just give Willie my number, that's fine.
You hear that, Willie? Willie, the woman said, Willie, so she'll take your number, Willie. I'll be a strong woman over here, so you don't rap with my queen, you know?
Yeah, man, give him my number, you know, because bear in mind, you know, we as a female, you know, we are the teachers, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if me have to suckle him by my breast,
oh, Jesus.
Let's do it the Maroon way.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Give some breast milk. Give some breast milk.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts.
Willie,
yeah, but on a white milk, you know. On a white milk, you know, baby. A Maroon milk, yeah?
Mind the choking, you know. Mind the choking.
Always open to new milk.
Yeah, you be willing. I think you don't leave.
As long as they're not dairy me, alright.
Bird's eye, what you saying?
Passing all the nutrients one needs for good brain development and information and knowledge to the universe. Yes.
Yes. We reach that point right now, people, where I don't think nobody can say that they don't know what time it is. We all know what time it is, but some of us just want to stop and play a little more in the park, you know. And at the playing in the park, the expense is very expensive to our people, because the longer we take finding faults and reason not to organize ourselves and centralize ourselves, is the more the corporation put in place stringent measures that it be more harder for us to get to the point where we need to go. I think this morning I am feeling pleased that we're alive again and we're on the said righteous road where we plan to stay on, because only righteousness can exalt a nation, more empower all of my people them. Michelle, Strong Lion, Bird's Eye, Maroon Office, Daniel Zibazra, Rudolph Pink, Mark Renaissance, all of us to just steadfast in this, because victory is a must. We're victorious already by just.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I want to say something here, but this is just mentioned straight to my queens. I want to speak to my queens.
Yeah.
All right, so the floor is mine.
Yes, man. Take it away.
All right, my queens. Yes, I'm Lady, the Deputy Chief of Panama here. But I'm speaking to you as queens to queens. Me alone cannot do it. Me alone cannot empower our women, our queens. Pretty much me need you, our nation need you. I listen all the time. Michelle speaking and the other empress there, beautiful voice. I listen to you. Understanding our powerful reincarnated goddesses. You understand? But at the same time, we need your strength. Because we as a female, are the teacher, the nurturer, we can help our generation children. You understand? Yeah. But me alone cannot put in 1,000 work. 3 of us can make a difference. Yes, one of me, yes, but how far my hand can stretch. But what we as females or what we as queens do, empower one another. I think Michelle she says she's way older. For me, we're still young. The Babylon system tells us they're all. You understand? But for me, you are a young empress. You understand what I say? So let's join hands together, man. Me understand still no. You don't appreciate what the emperor do, baby. Me not see nothing what the slave master do to help me.
Aye.
And my brother come up, show me a way to open my eyes and let me look on the system differently, and I see the light for myself. Me now say I have to push it on you, but I see the light. I am your sister. Your sister come to you and say, listen, me see the light. Come, let me try to see if I can see the light too, so we can join hands together and break the Willing syndrome for a woman then. Yes. Because me tell you honest truth, me sick and tired. I go outside and me see my sister them beat them, pick me, them cuss them, pick me, and be a certain way. It hurt me because at the end of the day, one of them, exactly, one woman represent me, and if me feel, then I feel same way. You understand my empresses? So me kindly ask of you, do as much research you can if you don't want to, but we at a limit right now. We be a bit of my dead off. The woman them, what's going to happen? You understand what I say? So please, me I beg you, man. We need you. Me need you know. You understand? Me alone cannot do it.
Sure.
And the rest of this one.
Yes, I.
Strong Lion, you want put some more ice in for the cake before Bird's Eye?
Man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. That's so powerful. Yes, because you see Mariam, like Mariam, I love Mariam and I love Yeshua Film said well, Empress Lenin is Majesty, right? And Mariam tell me, Mariam say, a woman can't do no wrong, Woman can't do no wrong. You see any wrong in me? You see that Empress Bird I read that? She speak out of the mouth of the Holy Mother.
Yes.
The sister take me back to the Zinga. When brothers them didn't want to fight, the Zinga had to go against the Portuguese. And she war with the Portuguese while the brothers them sitting down. Ashanti the warrior, he said, if your brothers don't want to fight, me and the sisters going on the battlefield, and when we don't conquer them, I don't know who you're going to lay up on the side of the night. You're going to lay up on the side of us. Women them up, the females them man. Rise it up, man. Raise it up. You break behind you all, Empress. Break behind you all, man.
Yes. But Michelle, I think your name were called as one of those strong voice over there. I love you so much, Michelle. What do you want to say?
Listen, I'm just a little bit like preoccupied. That's how come I'm not talking today.
Yeah.
Too much. May I do something, May I have a bigger thing when I have a look at it. I appreciate the sister still, I guess.
Yes.
You can give her my information.
I will.
Okay.
I will. Daniel Z. Buzz right there before we bring in because we're doing the roundup now. Daniel, the woman them really take the platform today. I really proud of Maroon Office, that Maroon Queen. She first came out and tear up this illusion with Willie, and then she taught us from her heart. And a while ago, again, she empowered our sister them. Excellency, we have to say to the Queen them, because we don't know where I said to we already, more work.
Yeah. Sometimes, there's not even anything to do because one of the things is called a period of latency.
Yes.
You plant a seed in the ground, right? And 7 days or so or more, you have to keep watering that spot without seeing anything.
Yes.
You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
That period of latency in between when you plant the seed and when the seed busts up out of the ground. That's what we are. That's where we are now, and there's nothing you have to do more than just go and put water.
Water. You hear that, Bird's Eye? Watering. That's all you need, Bird's Eye. Enough water for your flowers to bloom.
Hold on. No, it's not.
What was that, Excellency?
We're breaking up.
No, if you're talking about Bird's Eye and Michelle and the Queens, them are gonna need just watering, them need back rub, foot massage, body, clay baths, occasional clay baths, and hot springs.
Yo, Mazur have no behavior.
Mazur did say that they would have to find his feet. Listen.
I tell you, Mazur have no behavior at all.
Yeah, man, they royal, man. They royal, you have to dig them up, Yeah, they royal, man.
So them still hold on. Really? We have to lay a chapter. Here on the guys.
Yes, sir.
You'd be amazed at the outcomes of many. Simple back rubs have some fantastic outcomes. You don't know that?
I know.
Feet are the main, the feet are the very main one.
What Bird's Eye? Me and that Bird's Eye and chirp us to the feet.
Teach them their truth and right, stop confuse the young mind. See how them abuse them birthright. Tell them their roots and try preserve the young minds. Cancel all these mental genocide. Teach them their truth and right, stop confuse the young minds. See how them abuse them birthright. Tell them their roots and try preserve the young minds. Cancel all these mental genocide. Hey, it's been a while since youth them gone astray. Why them a feel these little kind of way?
We have to go record. I'm sitting in front of Look now, I'm sitting in front of Zoom, a studio right now. I actually have my Zoom R24 in front of me right now.
Yeah.
So we have to go read the record Bird's Eye for real.
Listen to me. I think everything is ordained, people. It's been a real nice, refreshing Monday morning. We started out with some small issues, and then we end up with some good solutions. This is where I'm gonna cut it because I got to go get the little man. But tomorrow I'll be here again. Birdseye, I wanted to talk to you so long ago from last week because I miss you. You know what I mean? And,
yes.
But we know say you're multi.
That's why I was calling you, but I never remember that it was that time.
That's
why I was calling.
Birdseye. You know, let me the man tell you about him miss you. If you really care, if that married and misses you.
Yo, you know what?
I need to
what? I tell you. Me not say nothing. Me alright. Birdseye, I will have to call you. What a way.
Fireman, not the fireman.
Yes. Until tomorrow.
What he miss you? Birdseye, anytime I tell you about them miss you, Birdseye, I tell them say I am here, so come and misses me.
Yes.
You know what?
They don't a long time me I say them things about me happy say at least there is a king we can actually say. You know, do not wrong queen or choose something. Yeah, man.
You know.
No, how much I wanted to tell me so you did miss me. Yeah, man, if you did miss me, you have my number, you could call me, and I'm on all social media platforms. There is no way that you cannot not get to me. So, you know.
I know. Well, I did. Listen to me. I won't spill all my beans on radio, but I'll wait till I finish after the show. Then I'll link. So, you know, so Strong Lion. Enough respect. Yes,
yes, my lord.
Maroon up is the queen. Big up yourself, Michelle. Birdseye and His Excellency Daniel Z. Basra.
7.
Yeah, nothing else to make sense. Maroon government. Yes, I see it there.
All right, peace.
That's it. Thank you so much. All right, while we hit the spot right there, we're gonna return to our regular programming if we can, but it's brought to you by Nyamin's Restaurant. Beautiful entourage. Maybe you're gonna say if we get Lloyd Stanbury, His Excellency, for tomorrow. This is yours truly, Rascal. I'd say, hey, I love you, my brothers. I love you, my sisters. Most importantly, the Almighty God that created heaven and earth love you even more. If you cannot be good, be careful.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
What is man that Jah is mindful of him? When every day the world is mingled up in sin, we see them all opposing and show off. We know the race of life. Later when I go laugh, don't let them set you up. Don't let them set you up. No, I don't wanna be set up. Don't let them set you up. Set you up, yeah. Every man had the same chance. Every man had the same dance. Everybody in a romance, like the world in a lost trance. Yes, they got the system fighting against the things to make us all